What is up, everybody? Welcome here to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm your host for tonight's show, Rockin Robbie Billups, and it is time for the monthly comic book review. That's the show where me and an esteemed group of comic book YouTube enthusiasts and fans gathered together to talk about our favorite comic books of the previous month. Tonight, of course, September 2025. We got a great panel lined up. Let's get right into it, starting with the man to do. It's Stu from Dr. Doom's Fan Club. What's up, homie?
What up, brother? Good to see you. Glad to be here. Yeah, man. Happy to talk about some great books.
Hell yeah, this was a pretty solid month. It's been a pretty solid year, so
Yeah.
We'll see where this conversation leads us. Now, this little show we do here that we like to call nowadays the award-winning monthly comic book review, the initial conception for what eventually evolved into what we're doing here tonight came from this dude. It's how I met him. It's how I met Bueller. It's how I met Matt and Chad. It's how I met Dylan. I don't know how Jim Mint invited Dylan from Dylan's Horror Show onto his channel randomly. I don't think any of us knew who the hell he was, but a lot of friendships, a lot of bonds started on this dude's channel. He's my homie. Let's bring him in. Jim Mint from Jim Mint Collectibles. What's up, homie?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I heard you say that, I think, on one of your other live streams, or maybe you said it to me, and I was like, oh, yeah, I did start the live monthly chat. I didn't really remember that, but yeah, man, it's good to be back. I got back into single issues about 3 months ago, so I'm a little bit rusty. I'm hoping to kind of just bounce off of what you guys are saying and get the hang of it a little bit, but I like being back, digging the new comics. It has been a good 3 months.
Heck yeah, man. Excited to have you here. Yeah, originally I remember you wanted to do it weekly. After a couple weeks of that, we were like, ain't no way.
It was a little bit much. Yeah.
Like, ain't no way we're doing this fucking weekly. All right. We also got joining us from 9-Panel Grid. It's Easy Dick Eric. How you doing, my man?
Doing great, man. So glad to be here talking about these fantastic comics. And like this last week, I feel like we talk about this a lot. This last week has been like sneaky, real good, like really, really good. I've been pleasantly surprised by some of these titles.
All right. Doesn't it feel like the last week of each month has been the most
Always
solid
goes
week,
crazy.
right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to end with the bang, right? All right. We also got the man, the myth, the legend from Comic Culture. It's our buddy Nick. What's up, homie?
What's going on, man? Yeah, I'm still sitting here trying to figure out what my book of the month is after reading all these books this week, dude. I'm behind. Yeah, it's a hell of a fourth week, man. Glad to be here.
Hell yeah, man. And of course, last but certainly not least, my Dick Tracy brother from another mother. It's Bearded Comic Bro. What's up, dude?
What up? Man, not much, dude. Doing good. Glad to see you all rocked your sports team. So Robbie's a big fan of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yes.
Out of
They're
Charlotte.
better than the Cowboys right now, dude.
And the Charlotte Heroes, right? So
Yeah, there you go. Hell yeah, dude. We still love you, even though you're a fan of the Bengals. So it's fine, dude. Don't worry about it.
You know, I almost didn't. I was moving some stuff and I had a toe injury, so I almost didn't show up. But that turf toe. So
it could be worse, man. We could all be Jets fans. All right. And we're not. So Herm, you have our sincere condolences. You make the rest of us feel better, though. All right, let's jump right into it. It's time for the book of the month, the pick of the month. Stu, you're going to start us off, maybe for the first time ever. So you got the floor. What's the pick of the month?
All right. I just want to talk about this one before, I want to beat everybody else to the punch on this one, I guess. But since I'm going first, I'm going to go Absolute Batman, number 12. Nick Dragotta's sweeping, haunting, brutal return after a couple issues off, but we see how Bane is truly gonna break Bruce, and it was this is what moments like this are what I read comic books for. It had my jaw on the floor. I had to scrape it back up. After it was done, I ran to the back chat, was hitting the homies up. Have you read it? Hit me up after you read it. Like, just so excited and enthralled and just shocked by this one, man. It was like we knew this was coming. We knew the idea of Bruce's rogues gallery being his friends was ultimately going to work against him in some kind of way. But the way it was introduced here and the body horror that Dragotta pulled off was incredible. Starting with Ozzy. Like the shot with Ozzy, a bloated Ozzy, broken all his legs and like bones in his legs, and every bone in his body, some type of shit. Like the specific horrors that Bane visited upon each of his friends, and like the psychology of you know how he you know deconstructed them and pulled them apart, like all the like from to Eddie to you know to Two-Face, and the conversation with Harvey, between Bruce and Harvey, and I only hate you half the time, Bruce. Like, man, it was incredible. It was so well written. It was shocking. It was magnificent, horrific, and it was like everything I wanted it to be. I can hear the argument that it may be a moment that came a little bit too early, but regardless, I think, you know, the payoff was immense, and it's like, you know, Alfred said it best in that issue. You're really in it now, kid. You're really in it now. Like shit. Now you understand. So yeah, man, it was, and the way Dragotta did those panels with the violence, and just like the like what he was. We talked about our Naked Insights with like when he was like pounding, you know, closing his fist on Two-Face's skull, man. It was just like unbelievable. Anyway, one of my favorite like comic book moments of the year so far. So Absolute Batman number 12.
You know, the Absolute Universe at DC right now, first of all, as an initiative, as an idea, as an execution, I would say it's an overwhelming success, right? And it's giving me vibes of what the Ultimate Universe was back when it first started in like 2000, 2001, something like that. Like when we first got Ultimate Spider-Man from Bendis and Bagley, and we first got Ultimate X-Men from Miller and Kubert, right? Like it felt game-changing, and Ultimates came along with Hitch and Miller, and then it got to a point where we're like, these books are so much better than the mainstream Marvel books. They are getting so many more eyes on them. Should we just make this the Marvel Universe now, right? That argument could be made with the Absolute Universe, though I think some of these ideas will eventually run their course. But DC definitely is. I mean, both Marvel and DC really bank nowadays on the fact that they exist within a multiverse of fictional realities, right? But DC's always kind of really predicated some of its stories and its structure and its narrative on shit like that, right? So anyway, when the Absolute Batman book first started, I thought it was dumb as shit, right? And I remember like saying like it was dumb and it was like stupid. We were sold on the idea of like, what's a Batman without money? Oh, this Batman has no money? How the fuck's he got an 8-story tall Batmobile then? I have no idea how this was making sense. He's gonna change this dude's gun within like 2 seconds to make it just shoot out mini batarangs. Like there was just so much. He like uses his stomach acid as a fucking weapon. Some shit, like stupid shit. Like, these are Snyder ideas that he throws out that are so fucking dumb that if any of one of us was writing this comic, we would not be able to pull it off this way. But one thing that's happened to Absolute Batman, and at the same time, a lot of Snyder work at DC, especially over the last 5-6 years. Yeah, I got to let go and just. These books are supposed to be stupid and fun and ridiculous, right? And if Grant Morrison did some crazy ass idea like that, I would applaud it just because I'm used to that, right? And I'm getting into that zone with Scott Snyder. That being said, this current arc of Absolute Batman has improved so much. It's become one of my favorite books. It was going to be my pick of the month. Don't worry, Stu. I forgive you. I can choose another one. I got a few candidates here, but Absolute Batman has become. It's went from my least favorite Absolute book to my favorite Absolute book, except for Absolute Martian Manhunter. I think that one's just another level of a comic, you know? But like Absolute Batman, I'm enjoying more than Absolute Wonder Woman right now. And you know, I was high as fuck on that book when it first came out. But Absolute Batman, the usage of Bane, the way when you first find out in Absolute Batman that Bruce's rogues gallery is basically his friends, I was like, this is so stupid. What are we going to do with this? Man, Bane turning them into the villains. Yo, you did it. You sold it. You killed it. Every time Nick Dragado's on there, especially, it just sings. It soars. The book is wild. The book is wacky. The book is wonky. But the book is fun. And it's fun to talk about. And that is my favorite version of Bane yet, to be honest with you. I fucking love it. Jim, are you caught up on Absolute Batman? I know that was one that you were...
man. Yeah. No, I'm caught up on everything Absolute. The only thing is I didn't continue Absolute Martian Manhunter after issue 1, and everyone tells me how it's so good, but I don't know. Issue 1 didn't hook me, and that's the one I decided not to read. But anyway, with Absolute Batman, I'm surprised. I loved it right off top, man. From the first issue, I read it when I wasn't even reading anything. I was just like, oh, Absolute Batman 1, what is this? Read it. I was like, well, this is amazing. And yeah, I'm caught up with it. The story arcs. I like how with Freeze, he doesn't make him a tragic villain. He's just evil. He's just bad. And it's like it works so well.
Creepy as hell, dude.
And then like, you know, you got this Joker thing. It's making like it's breaking through just a pop culture news cycle into like more mainstream. So it's a very exciting time. And then Absolute Superman. I go back and forth on which one's my favorite one because Absolute Superman is incredible. And I could see them continue this. This is going to be a version of Superman that'll last forever. Absolute Superman, Absolute Batman. But I think to your point, stuff like Absolute Wonder Woman doesn't feel different enough to me to make that last a longer length of time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can vibe with that a little bit. I think we could, like, with the newer Ultimate books, I think a lot of people thought the same thing about Ultimate Black Panther at first. This is kind of just like a typical Black Panther book. What's the difference?
Right.
But then people, I think Eric's been sticking through with it, right? That book is fucking amazing, like, honestly. And it really does do a lot of things different with the lore and the world and the mythology of Wakanda. But Absolute Batman is just a fucking riot, dude. I have so much fun with it. It's so stupid, though. I mean, it is. I get why some people wouldn't like it, but it works. I think it's one of the best-selling comics out there right now. It is the best-selling comic at my shop.
Yeah, but look, even if you don't read comic books, you could pick up Absolute Batman 1 and then just read up till, what are we on, issue 12 or something like that? You don't have to have really any prior knowledge.
Yeah. Got a year's worth of it. Nick Dragata giving us that manga energy that a lot of people are used to, right? From like the anime and the manga they consume. So hell yeah. I love Nick Dragata. So anytime he does a book, I pay attention. And man, I'm having so much fun with Abbat. What about you, Eric? What are you thinking?
Yeah, this issue was a lot of fun, and I'm glad that it came out on the heels of the last issue where we had Clayman, because I had some issues with that issue. I think that's this book works because of Nick Dragota, right? Like, I mean, I think that when he steps away, the book suffers a lot, and it's not from a story perspective. It's from, well, Robbie, you just kind of said it, right? It's got manga energy, and it's got that from the writing as well. But when you don't have that artistic quality that matches that, then you're kind of stuck in this weird limbo where you're like, what are we trying to do here? What's happening? But when he came back on this issue, it was mind-blowing stuff happens, man. Like the brutality of all of the events that transpire with every single one of his friends. Like, dude, like, I mean, the page turn where we get Cobblepot, man, and he is not even like a human. He's just a lump of flesh. It's grotesque in the best way possible. We get that really thin panel of Two-Face Harvey as his face is ignited, and you get like those really bright oranges and reds on his face, and you get the deep black of his mouth, just like embers on a fire. Like it's really, really great stuff that he's doing here. But again, it's all because of Dragota. I feel like his work is really what makes it sing. But there's parts of this issue that really work for me too. I like how they kind of play out the revelation of what's all happening, because Bruce wakes up, he finds out he's basically been asleep recovering for 3 days. And Alfred's like, oh, dude, you don't understand. You're not the Bruce that you were previously. You have these things that are intertwined with your spine now. Venom is pumping through your body. He's like, screw it. I got to get out of here. I got to let my family know what's going on. And then he meets his mom, and his mom's like, oh, like, you don't know what happened. And then like just beat after beat after beat, we see like exactly what Bane had set out to do, and did so with brutal force, man. Great issue. Absolutely great issue here. Let's just keep Dragota rocking on the book. Please, DC, please.
Yeah. 100%. You know, talking about these interpretations of the villains, they're interesting. But one villain that Snyder has always tried to reimagine, retweak, and make really work is the Riddler. And every time it's the dumbest shit, right? Whether he's got like a question mark scar, remember when he had the question mark mohawk or whatever in the New 52? Like, I just don't feel like he could ever make the Riddler like really work. I mean, I would say that the 0 Year book has like a good Riddler story there, but like he's always trying to make the Riddler like cool, I guess. Even that newest Batman movie tried to make the Riddler cool, and to me it just didn't really work, right? But they actually made the Riddler creepy, scary, eccentric, and cool to me in this one. So I actually thought that was pretty cool too, right? Like all of the looks of the villains, man, I'm really, really excited to see where we go. Next issue is going to be super huge, especially for variant cover collectors. It's the full-on first appearance of Absolute Catwoman, Art Germ covers, all
Got that
kinds of
fruit,
stuff like
baby.
that. It's going to be a huge book for certain. What about you, Nick? What do you think about Absolute Batman 12?
Yeah, I loved it for all the reasons you guys talked about it. One thing I really liked about the pacing of the book was when Bruce was in the room just looking at that carnage, and it had those flashback panels to when it was actually happening, right? When Bane was actually doing the axe. And so I love the color shift in that moment too, because we had that, it's like a haziness. There's this dullness that he puts over it, and it's eerie as hell just because of the scene in general, but the coloring really adds to that emotion, which I thought was just a really great idea from a storytelling and pacing point of view there. But I just have to echo everything you guys have said. The brutality of it, the body horror, the shock, the page-to-page turn shock that you got, it was outstanding. It's definitely an absolute book that it started pretty weak for me. I wasn't totally on board, but like we have 12 issues now. The average enjoyment is getting better and better with every issue. And to Eric's point, it's because of Dragata hopping on whenever he does. So yeah, it was brilliantly paced, shocking, and can't wait for the next issue.
Hell yeah. Michael, just so you know, the trade paperback finally has arrived in a new printing. So your comic shops should start being able to have Absolute Batman Volume 1 again within a week or two. If they're a good shop and they're on top of everything. But man, I ordered the most of Absolute Batman #1, the trade and the hardcover, than I typically order of trade paperbacks. And I sold out the first day. I was like, I cannot believe I usually at my shop, I'll order like 2 or 3 copies of a new trade. I ordered like over 30 of these bitches, and they were gone.
That's dope, man. That's
that
good
first
news.
fucking day. And I was just like,
awesome.
shit, holy crap, man. People are really hyped. If they did a DC compact, do you know how many units they could push of that?
Yeah,
because that's how my daughter reads too. You got me thinking I should get her the trade paperback for that, man, so she can get caught up.
Absolutely,
and again, you want to read a Batman story? Read this one. This one's crazy.
Yeah, he cuts a dude's fucking hand off first issue, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of cutting off hands, what about you, Bearded? What do you think?
I'm in the minority of the group. I don't love it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And it's a me issue. I think I've figured it out. It's a me issue.
It's not me, it's you.
Yeah,
No.
it is. It is. It's not you guys. It's me. I just think it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's so out there that for me, like it's not what I want when I pick up a Batman book, and I pick up a lot of Batman books as much. So those moments don't hit as hard for me because it's so unbelievable, over the top, like those special moments where you're like, oh, this is supposed to be impactful and stuff. It's hard to take it serious when it's like he's pulling an axe out of his chest and driving an 8-foot Batmobile, and like, so there's like those issues like that for me where it's like I think it doesn't feel right to me for whatever reason. And I get it. Like, I'm happy that this exists because people are talking about it, people are liking it, and I think that's the beautiful thing about Batman is you can have so many different takes and it will work for what people want, right? You've got your Batman 66, and that works for people with the camp if they want that. Like, and you've got your Absolute Batman, you've got all these different Batmans. And I think that's a wonderful thing is like you can put Batman in, like Jason Aaron did, in space, and it works because he's such a versatile character. This one I'm not as much fan of.
Did you like the Fraction issue 1?
Yes, I did. I enjoyed Fractions issue 1. So, yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, again, it just wasn't. It's not. It's. I read it every month. It's just I don't love it. So,
and that's okay, man. Just love you.
I know, and that's what I'm grateful for. Someone's got to
have you on here, else it's an echo chamber.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's only. I understand there's not that much Batman content out there every month, but you don't have to like them all, right? So,
I don't. I feel like Robbie did with like last month. It was like, Daniel Acuna's art's meh.
For Escape.
Yeah. I didn't say his art was whatever, man. Okay.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Roll back.
Sure, man. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Jim Mint, what is your pick of the month to you? What is the best?
So a lot of my picks are like issue #1s, and I don't think that they deserve it yet. Like, just because you had a banger first issue, I can't say that it was the best of the month. To me, the best book has a couple issues in already, and every issue I look forward to it. Almost up there with Absolute Batman. I'm gonna have to say, man, Battle Beast.
Hell yeah,
best book, man. Fucking Battle Beast. Ryan Otley, Robert Kirkman, the Battle Beast, man. It's kind of the Ryu story. He's just searching for that fight, man. But the thing is, he's searching for the the fight that can actually take him out. He wants to get killed, can't happen. And I like his little sidekick. It's kind of like if you ever watched Hercules, the Disney movie, the two little demons when they turn into worms. It's like a little worm guy like that, right? And he keeps getting cut in half, and we finally get to his homeland. He's saying that, hey, these people can actually kill you, and it's just funny, man. The art is crazy, the brutality in it. It's a quick read every time. My favorite book of the month for sure.
Dude, I gotta echo Battle Beast. I fucking love that book so much. It's made so many of my picks of the week, right? This last one, the only reason why I didn't make the pick of the week is because there wasn't enough killing in the issue, right? It was a little bit more of a, we're getting to this planet, we're gonna explore it. But man, I fucking still loved it. I love the book is so funny. It's so funny. Like that little worm dude or whatever the hell. He's the most pathetic character in a comic book right now. You know, it's just like, and every
but
time
he really was the
like,
prince.
Yes.
He was telling the truth.
And dude, what a crazy cool story that is. Other people would just take his story and make a whole like 50 issue run based on that, right? But it's just a bit of this. And dude, my favorite interaction is Battle Beast and the damn AI program from the computer. That shit cracks me up so much. The artwork, the bloody, grotesque, brutally violent nature of it. I have so much fun with that book every single month, man.
Me too.
Every month. Eric, you reading it?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Like, yeah, it's a stupid fun book. I remember getting issue number 1 because of all the hype with the blind bags and all this kind of stuff. And I was just like, all right, I'll get issue number 1, and then, I'll put it by the wayside and I'll forget that it existed. And like, it's impossible. I can't not read this book because it's like, it's arguably the most fun book that I read each and every time that it's released. This issue, yeah, it was great. I loved looking back at the slug guy's name. It's Salaka, right? Is it Salaka?
Something like that. Salik or something, yeah.
Yeah, so it's hilarious to me that he finally is growing and he keeps talking about him in the suit, and he's just like, I can't fit in this thing, and he kind of squeezes his way out and the AI takes over the suit and he's like kind of becoming his own again, and then whack, he gets chopped right down yet again, legless, and now he doesn't even have a freaking suit because the AI is the suit now. So it's just great. It's a great mix of humor and action and blood and violence, and it's just fun, right? All those things mixed together in the perfect concoction just to make every page turn work so well. So yeah, it's a great book, man. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Hell yeah. What are you thinking, Nick?
Yeah, I love it too, man. The world building, like you touched on, Robbie, is great. I love the backstories and everything. The artwork in this one specifically was great with all that ruined castle look, and they're in the jungle. They're changing a lot of scenery and things. We got like the weird dungeon dude that's a little deceiving. Oh yeah, come on down, he's down here kind of stuff. It's really cool. There's a lot of great ancillary characters, and the artwork has been spectacular. I could have used a little bit more brutality, but man, you get bodies and bones and destruction all over the place on every page regardless, man. Yeah, it's a really, really fun book to read. It's definitely a palate cleanser book. If you read something really heavy, you can get into that book. It's going to make you smile. You're going to love the visuals of it too. And it's going to make you feel good at the end, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, and a really great thing about it is it's tied into the Invincible universe, obviously.
I was just going to say that. And you don't even have to have read Invincible.
No.
Exactly. I've only read like the first 12 issues. And I don't know anything about what happens after that or the character Battle Beast. It does not fucking matter whatsoever. Right. In fact, I think they're doing the book. I understand why they're doing it for branding, but they're almost doing the book a disservice branding it Invincible Universe Battle Beast, right?
It didn't need that, just like it didn't need the blind bag. But I think by itself, it would have had enough hype just because of how fun and big and crazy it was.
Yeah. The blind bag did put some eyes on it at least, though. So that was cool. But it did start this unfortunate trend where there's going to be way too many blind bags coming too.
Yeah. So, it's just going to be like foil covers and hologram covers. It'll be the new fad.
Yeah,
we're all gonna buy them, though, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I haven't bought a blind bag yet.
Me neither.
I'm gonna get the Mark Spears one though.
I did buy one, but it was with credit, so it wasn't really technically. I didn't really buy it.
Oh, you bought it. Don't lie.
Maybe we'll get a sound chip edition that has like a squishing axe on bone sound or something. That'll be really fun.
Yeah, I thought about getting one of those, and I was like, $20, man.
Is that what they are? That's what they're going for?
20. They retail $20, and just to open up a book and have it go like, I know what that sound is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's totally lame. Cool though. It is cool. It's like a Hallmark card. Speaking of Hallmark, this dude has a second very luxurious career. that's very successful. He makes a lot of money writing Hallmark cards,
I
but
do.
in particular, they are Easter cards for grandmothers. So why don't you tell us what you think about Battle Beast, Greg?
I've been loving it. Sadly, I completely forgot to read it this week. So,
Well, it came out last week.
Spoiler
so.
alert.
so I mean, it's fine. There's not. It's one of those books like you're really not getting anything spoiled up until like you know the premise of what's happening.
Yeah.
So it's all good. No, it's one of those. It flies under my radar, and I always forget to put it on my list. And so I'll catch up. But it's been great so far. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Fun's the right word. Speaking of fun, Stu has tons of fun. What about you, man? What do you think about Battle Beast?
Yeah, I love it, man. Like to me, that's the fun is the most appealing thing about it. It's hilarious. I love all his our prince's like hedonistic ignorance there at the beginning of the issue, like as they were ravaging his planet and just seeing his backstory and like Jim said, man, like how he's always getting just squashed or stuff. Like I love how he outgrows the suit, he jumps out, he gets his legs back, and he immediately gets stepped on. That shit was so funny. But yeah, I just I love
can't catch a break.
Yeah, I love the showdown at the end, man, and I love the rapport between this like the triangle, the AI Battle Beast and Seleka. It's been really like endearing and hilarious, and I love these characters, man. It's like from the Invincible universe, if you would have, this is not like the voice does kind of ring true to Battle Beast, but like this story is just so unique and not at all what I thought it would be, because he's just such a brutal, like cold, he like really doesn't say much in the Invincible universe. So like this has been really, really dope to see him get his own voice and inhabit this world.
Hell yeah. I love it. Love it. I love that book. And in fact, that AI might be my favorite character in comics this year. Like, I don't know, man. It just might be. I just love, he's like, of course I'll help you out because I hate you. I detest you. I hate everything you stand for. And I want to it just fun. Cracks me up, man. I'd love to see if they ever want to do like an animated series or something. I think that this would be really, really fun if they got the right voice actor.
It would be a great animated series, man.
Yeah. What about you, Erica? Pick of the month.
Oh boy,
you gonna be the first to dip your toes into the Marvel Shield tonight? Like,
will I though?
Probably do it.
No, I could not do that. Not when a book like Resurrection Man exists out there. Resurrection Man, the finale, issue number 6, Ram V and Andar K. I loved the way that they decided to finish up this storyline that's been topsy-turvy and wacky and really, I don't know, introspective for the character of Mitch Shelley here. Anandar K, so similarly to what I was talking about with Nick Dragotta, I feel like Anandar K really made this book shine, and a different artist, I probably would have different feelings for the book. I love the writing, but his artwork on here was just so appropriate for what they were trying to convey and what they were telling here. The finale here, where Mitch Shelley kind of takes ownership of what's happening here and the cyclical nature of how everything kind of follows back around into itself, right? The MacGuffin of the universe expansion black hole mechanism that he kind of hides within himself from the previous issue. I just love how they tie all that stuff in. And then like I think it was a really special moment here where they have the 2 blank pages, and then it's Mitch Shelley kind of, and Mitch Shelley as Ram V, right? Kind of giving like a little wink, a little nod to the reader, like you're part of this now. Like you're part of the universe that has been cultivated and created through this character. I just think it was a really cool thing, especially knowing what Ram V is capable of. We've all read and appreciated his work previously with Many Deaths of Layla Starr and Rare Flavors and stuff like this. I feel like this is arguably the most Ram V Big 2 property that he's done, even more so than we've gotten from Detective Comics and so on and so forth. So Resurrection Man just really, really did it for me, especially with a finale, landing the plane in the manner that they did.
Yeah, Resurrection Man was great. It's one of the best books of the year. I think, especially with how respected Ram V is amongst the community, right, of readership, especially, like this book really went under the radar. It's not a high-selling book. In fact, he's also got another book that sells better, but it's not getting the acclaim that I think it should, is New Gods, right? Both of these books are 2 of the best of the year, but it's because he like Resurrection Man he was able to pull a story he wanted to tell out of this character. He doesn't care that it's a character people don't remember. He doesn't care that it's a character people aren't familiar with. He doesn't care that it's a character that's not going to make him, sell 100K for the first issue, right? He doesn't care. Ron V could have his pick of anything to do with DC right now. And I know, like, people like me, I was always itching for a Ron V Superman book, right? But if you want to keep giving us Resurrection Mans, when you got that story to tell it. And Anand Arcade's artwork, absolutely brilliant. This is the team behind Gravity's Wall, Blue and Green. Just amazing work from these two when they work together. Do they have a story in Black Mamba together? I think they do, right? I think Anand's in that one too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Absolutely stellar stuff, but definitely one because of how densely layered it is, thematically especially, that I need. No, he's not on there.
Oh, okay.
Prominix on there though, right? So what was I saying? Now I was really at the tail end there. Anyway, it's one I need. It
sounded really good.
It's one I need to reread, like stat. Like it's like they put out that trade. I think it's going to read even better when we reread it all in one sitting. What about you, Nick? What do you think?
Well, and that's exactly what I had to do. I read issue number 6, and it is very trippy and existential, and there's a lot of things happening in there in that story. And so I did have to do a complete reread. I read issue number 6, and I'm like, all right, I'm not grasping everything I need to be grasping here, right? I need to do a little bit of homework. So I literally went back and read all the issues that same day, and things started clicking a little bit better, right? The relationship with that lady who created the box, right? And like, what does all that mean, and what's built inside of that? Why did he need it so badly? How did he utilize it later? And then how did he chase himself through time and things like that and involve the people that he did? A very, very poetic ending. I loved it. There's some ambiguous parts to it. It's kind of, you make it what you want. And I love that kind of stuff, right? It's a little bit open-ended. And it was like I said before, it's a very poetic book. I loved it. I loved it a lot. And I can't tell you how many times I've hovered my mouse over that buy button when the original art pages dropped.
Just do it.
You gotta be kidding
Just
me,
do
man.
it.
These are going for that much. Are you serious right now? Then there's some nice pages out there. So yeah, I had to stop myself several times from buying half of a damn book.
Well, I tell you what, if you want to get an original art of really great stuff, I mean, Anand Arcade is not quite the name yet, and Resurrection Man is not definitely the character. So that would be a prime book to get some really solid stuff at a
gorgeous stuff though.
Price than you're going to get from most other. Is he represented by Felix or anybody like that?
He's on Kinetic.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just saying, I would love to see him at a con. Hell, I'd love to see Rom at a con, man.
Ooh, Eric, show us your Greg, show us your interior page for Black Mama. I want to see your sketch. What'd you get? Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's a nice word.
I love that he does those, man.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hell yeah. What about you, Greg? You reading did you read Resurrection Man? I don't know.
No, last month you guys told me I needed to, and I said I'll read it when the last issue comes out. And I'll read it all together digitally. But you aren't wrong. Anand did the cover for this.
Oh, word.
So this is his artwork, but he didn't have a story in it.
Really? That's way different.
Yep. So
yeah.
No,
he
it's
can go
one like I
from all
said
these
last week.
different
I wanted to
styles.
read it, but
he can go like anybody else here red, blue, and green, for instance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What a fucking brilliant book. And Gravity's Wall, right? That's him too, right? That is him.
Yeah.
Stylistically so different too, though.
Totally different book. Yeah.
Even those 2 issues they did at Radio Apocalypse, that will never
Dude,
be.
I was about to say, yes.
The Volt.
It hurts.
I got my.
I read it like once a month and just feel sad.
I
Oh
know.
my God.
What could have been?
Yeah.
I need
So
to be like, Ron, just send me the scripts, man. I want to read them, man.
Oh man.
Same thing with the last picture of the last issue of Picture of Everything Else, or last 2 issues or whatever, like the Dan Waters book.
Right.
Bruh. It's so sad. Those books were way too good.
Yeah. I hate that we still have to bring those up because it still hurts every single time we
It
talk
really
about
does,
it.
yeah.
It does. It really
Anyway,
does.
Greg, so you're gonna catch up on it and check it out.
I'll catch up on it because I read the first issue. I loved it, but I just too much books.
Stu, I know you got thoughts.
I loved it, man. Incredible series. And I thought the finale, I think Nick nailed it. It's got that bit of ambiguity that you want from a deep and introspective work of art like this book is. But yeah, Anand's visuals have been stunning throughout. I particularly love his depiction of the Gasha de Coro,
Yeah.
you know, the maw of nothingness, you know, and the final showdown with Mitch Shelley was great. Also, like him dealing with that kind of like ultimate version of him that's kind of been plaguing him the last few issues. But this was like, you know, we said it before, I think last month when I picked issue number 5. It's just like, to me, this is a beautiful book in the spirit of the British invasion, flipping a no name, like a little known character, and you know, really telling an incredible and timeless tale with him. And it's like, I just loved his inclusion of Phantom Stranger, Human Target. You know, it's been one of the best series of the year. And yeah, like they said, dude, Anand RK is criminally underrated and definitely deserves more flowers in a bigger stage. So hopefully that comes down the pipeline.
Hell yeah. Jim, this is not one that you caught up on, right?
No, I never even heard of this one.
It's decent. It's based on a 90s character that was created by Dan Abnett, Andy Landing, and Butch Geis. And one of my other favorite things about this book is this book wound up kind of being a tribute to Butch Geis, who died during the making of it. And since he was the original artist on the book, he was doing like those first 2 pages in each issue. And he wasn't able to do, was it the last 2 or the last 1?
I think it was the last one.
Maybe the last one.
I think it was just
and there's a nice tribute there. So it kind of works as a tribute to him and just a cool core concept of a character. This is a dude who dies, is resurrected with a different superpower. So like, I remember an issue back in the day, I think it was a Hitman crossover, right? Where Garth Ennis' and John McCrae's Hitman was there, and Hitman kept killing him over and over until he got the power he needed to like help him out on this one like significant moment or something like that. So definitely
so
something
DC puts it out. Is it DC book?
Yeah, Black Label.
But the great twist with this one was he eventually dies of old age, right? So like, what does that mean? He adopts the power of whatever killed him. And that's kind of the premise, right? And you learn that right off the bat in the first 2 pages.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
so it's
Rom
a pretty cool idea.
really expands that concept, man. Like really in a crazy ass way. That was a great pick, man. A great conversation. What about you, Nick? You got anything left for your pick of the month? I bet you do.
Yeah, I do. I don't have one for this past week, so it's a little bit rough. So I'm going to dip back to the other weeks real quick. And in fact, all 3 are still sitting here. It's just a matter of which one. But I think I'm going to keep going DC heavy on this, man. I'm going to go Batman and Robin Year 1, number 11. What a spectacular... I mean, that first off, that entire series is brilliant. So we have Mark Waid on it. We have Chris Samney. We have Matt Lopes on it as well. And Clayton's on the letters. The flat colors... the line work from Samney, the emotion on the face, the pacing of the panels, how the story has been progressing this whole time, and how it's been there's a lot going on with the Clayface character themselves, but it's also a family book as well with Dick Grayson and everything. So like, you have all these cool different threads happening at once, and there's so much emotion no matter which part of the story you're focusing on. There's great sequences in this particular issue where Batman's really understanding the downfall of this Clayface serum in a way. You know what I mean? He's engaging these henchmen essentially that have adopted this power. And he understands the more that they use this, the more likely they're going to fall apart at any moment, right? They were all converted at the same time. There's a shelf life of this power, and they don't understand that, but he realizes it during this giant battle throughout the issue. And he's really trying to save these henchmen from basically killing themselves. And just the emotion on his face when he's understanding that, and then the sad realization that all the bad guys have as they're going through that deconstruction. I loved all of that, how he's bouncing around and everything. It was so good. And then Samney's artwork and the colors on here, we keep saying it's reminiscent of Year 1. It's reminiscent of Year 1. Well, it really is. It has all those same vibes to it. There are panels in here of like the fog or the dust settling, and all you see is a sketchy Batman cape and cowl silhouette in the background in one panel, and then it disappears, and you can see the tail end of it trailing off when he's stealing the files off the counter and things. Like, there are so many great moments in the book. Loving the story so far. Complex gangster thing with a little sci-fi twist. Spectacular art and color and everything. It's going to make a great collected edition. And the hardcover, I think, is still an FOC. So if you're not reading it, man, you can pick up the hardcover. We talk about Batman all the time, but this is one of the best Batman books we've gotten this year for sure, and in a long time.
Yeah, it's one of the best books of the year, I think, and it's a perennial book. It's a classic. It will be something that's evergreen, will always be able to be read. Batman and Robin Year 1, a story that's been told but a story that's deserving of a little bit more elaboration, right? Like one of the cool things about Batman and how important that character is and how many times throughout the publication history, especially post-crisis, that creators have been able to put a definitive stamp on a particular time in Batman's very much crystallized history, right? What's the first Batman book to read? Batman Year One. Easy. What do I read after that? Long Halloween. Because it was
Batman Year
crafted to be a
Two.
sequel, right? What do you read after that? You can go to Dark Victory. What do you read after Dark Victory? Batman and Robin Year One, right?
Yeah, great order.
Mhm.
And if you're reading it that way, it expands on Two-Face and it introduces Clayface, right? And I love the way it's doing that. And the other thing I wanted to say was Lee Kirby, Simon Kirby, Lee Ditko. Do you see where I'm going with this? Wolfman Perez. You see where I'm going with this? Hell, I would even say McFarlane Capullo, right? Nicieza Bagley, if you want to get into really nitty gritty modern day stuff. How about what we just talked about? V and RK, right? We're talking about writer artist duos that work so well together anytime they work together. Wade Samney, 100%. Like Samney is brilliant on his own. Wade is solid on his own and has been brilliant and can be brilliant. But when they're together, bro, they got the best Black Widow series under their belt. They have an amazing Daredevil run that shouldn't have actually been good because it went against everything that people actually loved about Daredevil when Daredevil became a popular character.
Yep.
And they said, let's take it back to the goofy shit that nobody liked. And they made it work because those two together work so fucking well. It's like Snyder and Capullo, like when they work together for the most part, right? Really solid stuff. Morrison and Quitely, Miller and Hitch, you know? Hell, I don't know. What do you think about Batman and Robin? Who mentioned that? That was Nick. What about you, Greg? What do you think?
I was just waiting for you to say Tom and Mitch, but I knew you weren't going to give Tom his flowers, so.
Not after that last issue of Wonder Woman. Talk about pick of the week that Jim Mint likes to do. Jesus Christ.
I mean, thank you, Nick, for picking a book that I loved. I was like, oh man, am I going to go like?
Well, you hit me up in the back chat, so I had to. Yeah, I was helping you out.
It's so good. Like this is the best Batman book on the shelves. Everything we've said about it so far. This is everything you want. I think a lot of times creators we're like, hey, I don't want to have Robin with my Batman. This story is so essential to why Batman needs a Robin, right? Like it's and developing him as a crime fighter, but then also as just a human being, as a father. Like this is what I want. This is what I'm always like. These are the types of things I'm looking for a lot of in Batman. You can't beat this artwork, and it's just a fun storytelling, but it's heart. And I think that's what gets me and wins it over for me through and through. You feel the heart from the storytelling of Mark Waid, but then you feel the heart when you see the facial expressions that Chris does on these moments. And there's times where I tear up throughout this book. Like there's times where I've like basically, oh yes, like heck yeah, like let's go. Like the end of this issue, I was like, you knew what was going to happen, but it felt so good when it happened still. Right. Like it's just those moments that I think, especially like when you know something's going to happen, you're like, it's okay though, because they do it in a way that you're excited for it to see. And so this book's great. I was kind of sad to see it that the next issue is going to be over, but I'm happy because like what Nick said, we've said it before on the show. This is something you're going to give to somebody and just say, read this and you're going to love it. You don't know anything about Batman, read this book. It'll be great. It's going to be a great Christmas present to give to people. So
yeah, it really will. One issue left, and the trade paperback and hardcover release on the same day. They've already passed FOC.
Yeah, last week,
those
3 days ago.
Coming. Yeah, those are coming very, very soon, and that will be something that I would like a hardcover of it. Eventually they should do a DC compact because that's been a very, very successful initiative for them.
Yes.
But let the $30 hardcover sit on shelves for a while before you do the $10 version. Because I'd rather sell the $50 hardcover of Hush than the $10 one. But honestly, when you sell as many DC compacts as most comic shops, including mine, are doing,
it's crazy.
It just freaking works. It's like, I was like, And nobody even seems to care that like the Joker and Arkham Asylum one are like a third of the length, but still the same price. Like people still just gobbling them up. And I'm excited to see people be able to read great comics in a very much a manga format.
Yeah.
We've all been saying for years, why can't they do what manga does?
Right.
And have it be easy and cheap? And when DC decides to get their head out of their asses and do it, Marvel tries to mimic that, but they didn't quite nail it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? $16 is different than 10, and the size difference is there too. Stu, what do you think about Batman and Robin Year One?
Oh man, I adore this series. Yeah, it's been incredible. Love this team together. Like you said, Black Widow and Daredevil are two of my favorites from them. I love, you know, the love letter this is to like the Batman of old, and like, you know, both in the comic books and on the TV screen. But like just this issue in particular, man, the intro going down into like the secret Batcave entrance with the old man disguise on was just like so great. Mateus Lopez's colors through this, like anytime you get that cityscape or the shadows or anything like that going on, it's incredible how he you know chooses to color that backlighting and you know that shadows and that negative space all the time. It's so well done. This one was really cool because we got a great blend of action with Batman kind of you know running through the Claymen, and I love Sam Nee's Clayface because it just takes me right back to Batman the animated series. We talked about this last night, but it gives me all those vibes, man, and I get like that and Year One and all sorts of like gorgeous goodies when I'm reading this book. The expressive paneling, like it's incredible. But yeah, my favorite bit was him spying on Robin, and you know, just the way they've built on that relationship and given us so many meaningful moments and just like you know a short panel or two or you know here or there. You know, I think that was just 2 pages in total, but it was so heavy, man. They've done such a great job with that, and so yeah, it was cool to see it all come full circle in the end of the issue. But this one's special, and like you said, Robbie, it's evergreen. Like we're always going to be able to visit this book, so I can't wait to see the hardcover come out.
Dude, the moment you were talking about with Robin when he's spying on him through the tree, and he's you know Robin's doing his whole kayfabe thing, right? And then he goes back to his room. There's a panel with him pounding the door. Right.
Yes.
The next panel over from that, it pans out a little bit and it shows the window with the tree and it's empty now. And you're like, oh my God, like those great emotional moments where
So
Batman's
good.
just freaking out about the situation. And then Grayson comes back into the room and it's like, he's feeling the exact same way. And they haven't figured that out yet. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
So good.
So good.
Was.
Jim, this is one since you've been back into the weeklies, I should say, for 3 months now. Like you haven't gotten a chance on this one, right?
No, I read a Batman Robin. I think it must have been a one shot though that was recent. No,
there's also Batman Robin. Philip Kennedy Johnson's doing one too.
Did they do for Batman?
And then they had the Batman Robin Jason Todd one.
Well, didn't they do a Batman and Robin Year One for Batman Day last week?
I think
Didn't they have a new edition?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the issue number 1. Yeah, I haven't read this one, but the hardcover, I might have to check that one out.
I definitely think you should. I think you'll like it.
Really good.
Yeah, I think you'll
sounds
really
good.
like it. Yeah. What about you, Eric? I know you got some thoughts.
Yep, killed it. Y'all are right on everything, all your breakdowns of the issue here. What I really love about it, it's a ping off of something that Stu was saying as well. It's evocative of that Batman the Animated Series style. It gives you those vibes. Man, Bruce Timm, Paul Dini, if you're watching, if you're listening, we know you are. Consider, maybe a sequel to Mask of the Phantasm. Go ahead and make Batman and Robin Year One. That would be really awesome of you. I love the way the issue ends, though. Like you guys talked about a lot about, like, Nick, you were just talking about the fact that Bruce and Dick, they didn't see each other in those moments where they knew that they were longing, to have that father-son relationship again.
Mm-hmm.
The very end, I love how it's kind of a callback to the moment where Robin is teaching Batman something, which is the trapeze, right? The act of being in the circus and catching one another, and that's exactly how Dick, spoilers, saves his life at the very end. So
You're still right. Yeah.
It's a great callback, but again, like it's to be expected with this kind of team because their storytelling it's top notch across the board, narratively, visually, perfect, pitch perfect. So
Yeah,
good stuff.
Hell yeah. I love that, man. And I think this is the best comment we've had all night. Raphael saying, Batman and Robin Year One, it's like David Mazzucchelli and Darwin Cook had a child, and his name is Chris Samney.
100%.
Absolutely.
And you're right, Simpleton. The hardcover and trade are coming right after the final issue because DC knows that this is one of those kind of books.
Yeah.
They really do. And they got something special with this one.
Yeah.
So, hell yeah. Nick, great pick, man. Now it's time for Bearded to give us his next Batman pick of the month. What you got, bro?
I did 2 last week. You know, here's the deal. I'm going to make a pick because I just want to talk about it. Is it perfect? No. But is it pretty dang good? It is, in my opinion. And technically, I think this means I'm going to be a shill because it actually is put out by Marvel. But I'm going Deadpool Batman.
Oh, yeah. It was great.
It was everything I wanted from the Deadpool Batman story. It was the comedy of Deadpool, which I can take Deadpool in little doses. This was a perfect amount for me to have then, you know, that banter, to kind of have the whole Joker aspect of it. Like that was a great storytelling. And then you have these moments with other creators who love the comics too, and getting a chance to tell their stories a little bit, having the Captain America, Wonder Woman story, you know, tugging on the heart there. The Green Lantern story, which was, and Rocket Raccoon was like 2 pages, but it was hilarious. And I was like, that's what I want in something like this. I want like a very good main story, and then the backups to be good, fun, enjoyable. And then, I mean, as a kid of the 90s, to get the ending of where we get to see an amalgam character, like that's all I want in life. Is it the dumbest name ever? Yes. Logo is a dumb name. I'll be the first to say it. It's a dumb name. Do I still
Lobarine writes itself? Like,
do I still get
It
jacked
should
up?
be Loborine, man.
Do I still get jacked up though that we have a new amalgam character, and that means there's potential that we could have series like this, and you
Dude, we gotta have the Logo versus Dark Claw book,
Right?
man. That's what we need, man.
and have these. I think what
Dark
you're
Claw's the shit,
seeing is
bro.
character creators getting to have some time with these characters. Of like, a lot of these creators are fans, just like we are, and you know, we want DC versus Marvel. It's what kids like. That's what we all wanted as kids. So like to get these moments and to have these creators who I think want to tell some of these fun things, like this was a lot of fun. And I thought the main story, the Batman Deadpool, was the best one, and it nailed it. Did we need the Frank Miller story? No.
Yes.
No.
Wait, out of all the stories in there, you're gonna pick that. You're gonna pick on that
Yeah,
one.
no shit.
Yeah.
It was
I
just
am.
as cute
I
as
won't
Jeff the
argue
Land
it.
Shark and Crypto.
Crypto, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
Frank Miller's version of cute, man. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there, Robbie. So I think it did what it needed to do. It got people excited. They had a lot of fun with the variant covers, and you know, to have those moments where you can have Batman holding up, you know, like the iconic covers or the Infinity
That's dope.
Gauntlet, like
Yeah.
like those are what I think they're catering to the fans, and I think they're catering with some good stories. Man, listen, I did pick on Frank Miller, but what can I say? So
I still
Comic
love
Dog,
Frank
you're
Miller.
right. It's got to be Dark Claw, Logo, and Lobo the Duck. You're right. It's got to be the 3 of them together. So there you go.
Bro, I would do a Dark Claw statue, quarter scale would be
it would
amazing.
be so
Oh.
good.
I
I
would.
mean,
I
those
would
are still the 2 like most expensive books out there. Are the animated Dark Claw and the Adventures of Dark Claw. Like,
But
But
dude,
then the
who,
fact they
who
did
didn't
it-
fucking see Dark Claw when they were a kid and think that's the most badass thing I've
Right?
ever seen?
It's the most badass you can get.
And honestly, a little bit of a ripoff of Tim Vigil's Faust. Just a little bit of a visual ripoff. Just a little. It's a lot of a ripoff of that. But you know what? They sold more copies, I guess, than Faust. But
so
Faust isn't something, you know, you just put on a fucking shelf.
I'm trying
Not
to
a
see how
coffee table.
DC's gonna come with Deadpool Batman now.
mhm.
Yeah, I think. Okay, so
I think they're gonna crush it.
Greg, I'm glad that you brought
Nice.
this book up because this is one of the biggest books, not just of this month, but of the year.
Mhm.
It's a
Right?
big one.
Like everybody's talking about how, oh, Batman #1 sold 500,000 copies. That's great. That's a lot of that's leaning on a blind bag, right?
for
A lot of
sure.
that's leaning on a blind bag. What are the numbers on Deadpool Batman? Because I'm pretty certain they got to be around that, right?
Off the strength.
Yeah, I mean, shops should have over-ordered this book. And I over-ordered this book because I was like, you know what? 10 years from now, if I'm stuck with copies, I can still sell it. I will always be able to sell this book. So I ordered the most I have ever ordered since I started doing the ordering in my shop of a comic. And we are almost sold out.
Damn, that's great.
We have less than I think 20 copies left.
Yeah,
It's mostly the Daniel Warren Johnson cover. I think it's mostly just because when you first look at it, you have no idea what the fuck you're looking at. You're like, what? What's going on there?
And neither of the characters were in the book either.
Right. I know, right? But here are my thoughts. First of all, I think DC's going, the main story in DC, I'm more excited for just because it's Morrison and Moore, right? Right? I'm very pumped for that. Zeb Wells, okay. Greg Capullo, let's go. I actually have the same thoughts about this book that Rob Liefeld has about this book. It's okay, but I would have rather had an extra-sized issue of Deadpool and Batman instead of having that be like basically 24, 25 pages, breeze right through it, basically, and then get to a bunch of these short stories that, to me, didn't really work, right? Like, I like seeing the Frank Miller 3-pager, Dark Knight meets Old Man Logan or whatever. Like, I like that. That's fun. It's like Jim Min said, it's cute, right? I like the Jeff the Land Shark and the Crypto one. I mean, they're cute, right? I thought the Green Arrow and the Daredevil one was fine.
That was Kevin Smith too, right?
Yeah, that was Kevin Smith. Yeah. And I liked it for the most part. The one that I really didn't like was the Wonder Woman Captain America one.
But that was Chip, because Chip's got a Cap thing going on right now, apparently.
I know.
And Robbie doesn't like Captain America. He doesn't like.
Yeah, he hates Captain America.
And he doesn't like Chip.
I don't think I like Chip anymore, man, to be honest with you.
It's a pattern, man. Yeah.
This Cap is great, man. What do you mean?
Robbie doesn't like it. Robbie doesn't like America.
Oh my God.
His unpatriotic ass.
Keep doubling down.
Anyway, that being said,
Tommy.
I feel like if it was a little bit longer of that story, I could have got, but it didn't annoy me. I thought it was fine. I thought it was good. I thought it did what it was doing, but man, make it a Deadpool Batman book. Like, I didn't mind some of the backup stories and shit, but man, over half the book was fucking backup stories, right? Or like half of it was, right? Like, give us more of what people want to pay for, especially with these price points. This book's $6. The DC one, I think, is $7. You know what I'm saying? So
8.
It's $8. It's $8. Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? So like, give us what we pay for, and or have all those backup stories, but add some pages to it, man. It's not expensive, Marvel, for you to produce this fucking comic. But I thought the story was fine. My favorite bit in it was how Batman's response to everything Deadpool said was just, I was never in danger of being killed.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It's not
his responses to Deadpool were the best.
They're just so deadpan, just like stating the fucking obvious. So
I
liked
said
it.
I wanted you to ride with me.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I gave it a 3 out of 5, I think, on my You Dig scale, which is above average. I thought it was fine. It's a big moment. I'm very excited for Batman Deadpool, and I want more of these. But when I say I want more of these, that means I want more of what you're selling and less of what you're not.
I want more logo.
I do want some more logo, and fuck y'all. DC Marvel, get your heads out of your asses again. Bring back some amalgam shit, man. We would all read a fucking 6-issue amalgam fucking giant story, like Crisis on the Amalgam fucking Secret Wars or some shit like that. Like, I would, especially if you got Hickman to do it. And you know Hickman would do it, because right now Hickman will, if Marvel asks him to do something, he'll be like, sure.
He's about to jump off his shit. He's about to be done with Spider-Man.
He's about to be done with Spider-Man, but
and
like
Imperial. But
then what else? Like, oh, here's a 4-issue series to recontextualize hell in the Marvel universe or something, right? So that's what he is. He's just the setup guy now over at Marvel. But what did you think about Deadpool, Batman, Stu? I know this is one we all read, because every comic book person, you have to read this.
Required,
right?
yeah.
For sure. Didn't really do it for me, to be honest, man. I don't know what it is between this and Wolverine Revenge, but I know we're all getting older. But Capullo's pencils just like were a swing and a miss on this one for me. I found,
I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I wouldn't say it's his pencils, because I saw a lot of his pencil work that he was shared beforehand, and I loved it. I don't know who inked him on this, but I know it's not Jonathan. It's not Jonathan. So who inked him on this? I think it was the inking on this one. Just did not work for me.
Yeah, it was Tim.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't quite. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I get what you're saying. I just like, if you look at
it, didn't have that sharpness that he usually,
I think it was missing the grit. that sometimes you get out of Capullo, right? But Glapian right now is doing the Spawn book, right? Or whatever, with Shirley Johnson or something. And he's doing great stuff over there. He's a great artist, but he's a really great inker for Greg. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good, dude. But yeah, I felt like if we had the whole playground of Marvel and DC to run with, and we're going to do the short story thing, I think we could have done a lot better with what we did. I did enjoy Kevin Smith's Green Arrow Daredevil. That one I thought was really great, man. I thought the ending with the boxing glove coming from the Battling Jack Jim, like that was great writing and very well done. And those two were like, you know, that was a cool mesh. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just felt like all those short stories were lackluster, and I didn't enjoy like the main Batman story enough to like really, you know, push me over the edge with it. And then Uncle Frank in the end, I don't know what to think. But man, it was, I don't know, man. For all the hype of it, it was a bit of a letdown to me. I'm curious to see the DC side of things, right? And how they approach their issue. And if it's going to be the same thing, I don't know. But like, regardless, Grant Morrison and Dan Mora, I think will be, you know, a bit of a more of enjoyable tale for me. But I think overall, man, this one was kind of like a swing and a miss.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. You know, and I get what you're saying, but at the same time, when Marvel and DC, when they do this shit and they get together, they all have to sit, a bunch of fucking suits sit together in a meeting, and they're like, our guys have to have the same amount of lines as you and the same amount of appearances. And maybe that's one of the reasons for the truncated bit or something, right? And knowing what we know already about the backup stories that are in the Batman Deadpool, which is the DC published one, we know it's just going to be the same thing, right? But I do trust that Grant can do something in 25 pages. And I don't think Grant's ever written Deadpool. Ever. No. And Grant has promised something incredibly meta. And you know he likes to really push into that way of telling stories, especially nowadays in the later part of his career. But I'm excited for it. But I get what you're saying, man. When Rob Liefeld did a podcast about it, and like I said, I kind of agree with him where he said it needed more space, more room to breathe, more big, cool moments. Because he's like, when you think about those old school X-Men, Titans, Superman, Batman, or Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, Hulk, hell, even like Spider-Man, Batman from like the 90s and Fantastic Four, Superman shit. Those were big books that had a giant story that had lots of moments and shit like this one. And I was really surprised when I got to the end of that story and I was like, fuck, that's it? I was really surprised, man. What about you, Jim? What'd you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I was surprised when I got to the end and I'm like, it's just a one shot. And there was a couple of the little mini stories that I liked, and some I thought we could have did without, like the Cat Wonder Woman, even the Rocket Raccoon, Green Lantern. But I did like the logo one, the Frank Miller. Like, yo, you got Frank Miller doing Batman Dark Knight Returns again. Like, I don't know, I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
I hope they paid him fucking $30,000 to do that shit. I really
he definitely got paid. Yo, but I liked the atmosphere of the book. It felt like when I was doing my video on it, it felt like I was reading a DC book, the way that they captured Gotham. And again, the banter between Batman and Deadpool and how he kind of responds to him. Very deadpan, very like, I was never scared. I was never threatened. You were never going to ride with me. Yeah, so it was great. But I wanted more. Kind of to Robbie's point. It's not that so much that I wanted the whole oversized issue, but I would have liked the story to continue with an issue 2. So the fact that it was like, it's all this hype, all this buildup, it's this big event, but it's literally this one issue, and then we'll see how DC tackles it. So
yeah. Very much so. And real quick, did anybody pick up any particular cover of the book?
Only cover A's.
D-dubs.
Yeah, D-dubs.
Look at Greg over there.
Hell yeah, Greg.
Listen, Notterman in the Stegman. Hell yeah, dude.
Those are fire.
Like this is what I'm the perfect fan for this. Like this is what I wanted, and this is, you're always going to get this with DC Marvel. Like they're not going to do an ongoing series. I think even like the Batman Spawn ones were like one shots, and then the kind of split it. So I'm just glad that they're coming to the table to play. I just hope that they then like their success from it, and they can learn from this and grow and make it even better next time. and
Yeah, they're
continue
going to
do
learn
this.
the wrong things, though, man. They're going to give us fucking some bullshit next.
Don't
and
put
they're
that
gonna
in
do
now,
blind
Robbie.
bags. They're
Stop.
going to do
Don't,
blind
no.
bags.
Don't put that energy out in the universe. Don't put that. They're going to find out that people love this. They're going to find out. They're like, you know, what if we do a freaking multiverse where it's Batman and Wolverine are both from different worlds, and they come and they find the amalgam world, and then like they all have to fight, and Batman, Wolverine, and Darkclaw all have to
I
fight.
would
Like, come
love
on.
that, but what I think is going to happen
No,
is that they
don't.
will.
Robbie,
I
stop
think they
putting out
will
negative
intentionally
energy.
make the book that will piss me off the most, and I think
Because
they're going to
you're
do like
putting it out
Red
there,
Hood
Robbie.
and Speedball or
Nope.
some shit like that.
You're
You
putting the
know?
negative energy out, bro. You got to be confident. You got to good vibes. I know what you do in that rooms. Put out the good energy.
Hell yeah! What about you, Eric? You got thoughts?
Oh yeah, it's the team up that nobody asked for. It did what it was supposed to do, and I'm happy about that, right? If it put people in shops grabbing books, I love it. If it got people excited that were fans of the Amalgam universe and the original Marvel versus DC, I love it. That's great. Did I enjoy the book? No, not really. You know, I really liked I think the Daredevil Green Arrow story was the most effective. Probably because it was a writer that actually tackled both properties back in the day, so there was some meaning behind it.
Yep.
So that was really cool. You know,
It would have been better if they could have got Chichetto to do the artwork, though, right?
dude, Phil Hester, give me Phil Hester on there.
Oh, Phil Hester, that would have been great. Oh my god.
Yeah, like really bring it back.
Or
But,
hell,
you know,
even
Has
Joe Quesada, man.
Phil never
Joe
did Daredevil, did he? Because that'd be
Never.
great if he did.
I
Who?
know exactly.
Phil never did Daredevil, but it would be great.
Yeah.
Because his Green Arrow, oh gosh, and he's still getting work. Like he's doing stuff with James Robinson now. Like, give me Phil Hester all day.
Yeah, you know, like it just it comes back to the same problem that we have with non-crossover comic books. We know what each individual publisher is capable of, and we've all read great comic books. Is this a great comic book? No, it's not gonna change your life. It's not gonna change the way you look at comic books, and we know that they're capable of doing it. They have the talent. They have, come on, they could put out something that would really change the game if they crossed over. But the suits, right, the powers that be, whoever it is, they don't want to take chances on this stuff, and they never will, so it'll never mean anything. When they decide to cross over and do something that's meaningful, I'll be there, and I will be happy for it. This ain't it, though.
Okay.
Do you get there though without this first?
No, but I don't think we ever get there because of this.
They could have just jumped into that though, because it would sell 500,000 copies regardless of what they did. Just the two publishers coming together to put out whatever.
Yeah,
Didn't
Crisis
matter
on
what it was
Infinity
gonna be.
Gauntlets, make it happen, and then
Yeah.
everyone's happy.
Absolute ultimate crossover. Come on, you're already halfway there. How hard
Yeah.
would it be to go the extra mile and
By the
figure
way,
it out?
we were talking about Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma. That will be coming out soon. So
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Aren't they? Didn't they kind of tease Absolute Justice League in a sense in one of those last issues?
kind of. So Absolute Evil actually comes out next week,
That's
which is
what it
kind
was,
of
right?
like the villainous cabal of the Absolute DC universe. Now, on the preview they sent all of the retailers, it's only 17 pages. So I've only gotten to read 17 pages. It reminded me a lot of the beginning of Dark Reign from Bendis, where you had Doctor Doom and Green Goblin and Namor and Emma Frost and Loki and Dormammu all together and doing their version of the Illuminati. It's kind of what's going on. All the main villains from each Absolute book are coming together to form a coalition to take care of this problem before it grows too big. And it was pretty cool. But that's going to come out. But yeah, they are teasing like an Absolute Justice League. They want this to continue because the sales are there, right? Like Absolute Superman's outselling Superman, and Superman's good right now. Absolute Wonder Woman's outselling Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman was good, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. Absolute Batman's outselling Batman, and Batman's, it depends on if it's Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb, or if it's Matt Fraction or Jorge Jimenez, or Dan Waters and Hayden Sherman. It all depends on shit like that. Nick, you got thoughts on Deadpool Batman?
Yeah, I'll just be quick. I mean, yeah, pretty much an average of everybody said right there. I'm glad it exists. I'm glad that it's out. I didn't love it. I thought some of the stories were kind of like I just glossed right through them. I'm just like, I see what they're doing. It's 3 pages. Who cares? And I just kind of was going through it. I am way more excited for Batman Deadpool. I mean, we got Scott Snyder, Tynan Williamson teaming up with Hayden Sherman, doing a Constantine Doctor Strange crossover.
It's only going to be fucking 5 pages.
It is, but I'm just more excited about those team
What's the
ups.
page rate they got to split for that shit, you think?
It doesn't matter. I just want to. I would rather see that kind of stuff, you know. So like, I think that the creators that they put on the DC version are just going to be better, you know. And to have the Deadpool Batman crossover be written by Jim Zub, I was like, are you?
Zeb
Why?
Wells.
Or is
Zeb
it Jim
Wells,
Zub?
yeah.
If
Zeb
it was
Wells,
Jim
sorry.
Zub, I think it would
If
be.
it was Jim
illegal.
Zub, I'd be all over. Yeah, because Conan would bust in there and kick everyone's ass.
Yep.
Zeb Wells being the main writer on there, man. Of all the people you could have picked, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you're picking the Spider-Man guy that like it wasn't
I
even
would-
great to begin with, and you're gonna put him on a Batman Deadpool book? Are
It
you out of
makes
your
me
mind?
wonder why Hickman turned them down, because you know he had to have been the first person they offered it to.
I'm
right?
glad he did.
I don't know. I think it would have been an interesting book, but like, who's Marvel's biggest writer right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So
Who do they give
it's
the
like,
book to? Wells isn't even doing anything with them right now, really, right? And his Amazing
I
Spider-Man run is not really well regarded. I mean, he's fine. He's an okay writer, but like,
they should have
who does
said
Marvel have right now? Like,
they should have said we're gonna sell 500,000 copies of this book at least.
Marvel has Chip.
We've got to
Yeah.
put somebody bigger on that. We
they
got to
got
put
Chip. I'm glad
somebody-
they didn't get Chip to do it. Yeah, they got
Yeah.
Chip. They got. I mean, Ryan North's
Jonathan
one of their big guys.
Hickman.
They got Jed McKay.
Yeah, McKay kills it.
But yeah,
Um,
compared to the names like Tynan and Snyder and Williamson
Yeah.
and
and
I
Morrison.
mean, who they
like-
got on the Ed Brisson, fucking who they got on the X-Men books?
I think it's like
Gail
Jed McKay,
Jerry
Simone,
Dugan,
Jed McKay,
Jerry
Gail
Dugan.
Simone. Yep.
yeah,
Solid and
right?
Ahmed.
And
like,
any of them. just you could have taken any of those.
I think Gail Simone would have actually been a decent choice
Right.
for
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Well, she
Batman.
has a lot of history. You know, she's
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
All right. Well, great discussion. We needed to have that discussion. So my pick of the month
You're welcome.
is Escape issue number 2.
Ah,
Ah,
big.
Oh, look at this.
Whoa,
Look
who is
at
this guy?
Oh, let's go
Oh,
backtrack.
man.
Holy backtrack,
this
Batman.
Which I
Wow.
straight up admitted in my weekly comic book review when it made the pick of the week that, like,
yeah, you did.
I said, you know what? I'm not always right. And sometimes a book warrants a reread, especially when you trust the creators or you trust the people that you're talking to. And I gave all of y'all full credit for being like, you know what? Because before I read issue number 2, I was like, you know what? There's a second print of issue number 1 out. Let me just grab that, reread it before I read number 2. I enjoyed issue number 1 better than I did before. I still didn't feel like there was anything that was really significantly unique or different or exceptional about issue number 1, but I liked it, right? I was more into the vibe of it for some reason. But issue number 2 really stepped up, right? We got this dude. So first of all, they're animals. They're cute little dogs and shit like that. We've seen this kind of shit before.
They're cute,
Is
but
it
they're not
nec-
like Tony Fleece cute. You know what I mean?
Right.
No,
Yeah,
but
good
I
call.
would, I
Yeah.
would,
Or
say
even beneath the trees, cute.
not even
Yeah.
that, but like maybe something more like Mouse. You know what I'm saying? Where
Yeah,
maybe
no,
a
that's
little
good.
bit more realism
Yeah.
because
And
it's
more
based on
serious
a
too.
yeah, and this is
Sacrifice
this a fictional
Yeah.
thing too, right? But anyway, I remember one thing I said. I was like, oh, I get it. They're doing dog fights. So they're dogs. That's fucking clever. Anyway, but no, the art's fine, and the fact that they're dogs, I don't give a shit because, like I said, I started realizing what I said about Beneath the Trees was it doesn't matter that they're fucking animals. The book works regardless, right? And so the fact that they're animals and Escape, I should not discredit the book for that, right? So I reread issue number 1 and liked it, but I read issue number 2 and I loved it because it's basically about a soldier. He's basically on a suicide mission at this point. He's the last one surviving from this this mission that they had to take out some kind of like super secret weapon or whatever, right? It feels very
Yeah.
World War I, World War II.
Crossing
not-
enemy territory.
Yeah, it's not tied in that. He's behind him in the enemy lines. And all of the second issue doesn't really deal with that. It shows us his past and actually shows us who this character is, what he's actually fighting for, what honor actually means to him through experiences of his life, not him sitting there telling a fellow soldier about it like you would typically get in a war comic. They show, they don't tell, they tell just enough. And I thought the book was the most nuanced, poignant, and beautiful book of the week and honestly of the month after Absolute Batman number 12. That was going to be my number 1, but Escape was going to be my number 2. I'm surprised it made it all the way around to me. I was prepared to go No Man's Land, Invisible Man. Hell, I would have even pulled Godzilla Escape the Dead Zone out so that I didn't have to swallow
That's pretty
my
solid.
pride and eat so much crow to tell you guys, y'all were right. I was wrong. Escape #2 is my pick of the month.
You guys like how Robbie just did his rapid review real quick, just so he could get those in before.
Yeah, those don't count.
He's like, I could have picked this book or this book or this book, but I picked this book, even though I still had this book available.
Stu, what do you think about Escape?
I love it, man. It was it definitely a change in pace from issue 1, right? You know, with the backstory of our down pilot here, and you know, him meeting his wife and all that, and you know, his life before, you know, coming over here, and you know, kind of the impetus for signing up in the first place. But yeah, it's a fantastic book. I'm super invested in the story and this character already. I can't wait to see what happens. Acuna, I just love his colors. Like his color work is just incredible. Like throughout, like here he'll have just like a little bit panel, like a panel just with the bear character talking, but how he'll like outline it in yellow or something like that. It's little things like that I love from him. He's just he's such a master at it, and you know, you can tell he really took his time with this book. And again, I love we talked about it last time. I love like the personal place this is coming from both Remender and Acuna, and I can't wait to see what the story does, man. Giant Generator rules. Like they're just very, very few losses, almost all wins. So yeah.
You know, hardly any of you motherfuckers ever talk about seasons, by the way. Just to go ahead and get more of my rapid fire out there.
Give it time. Give it time.
No, I love those thoughts. Bueller, what's up, man? Good to see you here.
What up, Travis?
There's some exciting things coming to the channel Comics with Bueller soon, so you just wait and see. Jim, I know you got thoughts on Escape because I just watched your new video and you talked about it.
Man. Yeah, and you know what's funny now that I'm thinking about it? First of all, I have a soft spot for Remender, and I read issue 1, and I remember my criticism about issue 1 is kind of like, all right, there's a lot of dog fighting with literal dogs as humans, but why do I care? I don't care about any of these guys. Oh, wait, he crash lands. He's in enemy territory. Now I kind of care a little bit. And then with issue 2, they talk about developing a character and making you care about this guy. And now you're like, shit, I want him to survive. He got to get back home. He's got a child and a wife. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like they did a really good job of, you know, introducing this character. Why should I care? And then boom, now you're invested more than ever. And then at the same time, yeah, the coloring is really great. And even though it's anthropomorphic, it's not cutesy. They are cute, but they're not. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you don't even see that after a couple of panels. You just see a person. It's crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, really is the character work is really good. And the character work in issue #2 was even better, man. I was almost hoping that y'all would be like, oh, I loved issue 1, but issue 2 didn't work for me.
Yeah. It was a different tone though. It was a big shift.
It was.
You'd hoping you
What's that?
I said you was hoping you would luck out, huh?
No, man. I mean, I'm not the world's greatest of anything, you know, except for trying to cover my ass sometimes. Anyway, what about you, Eric? Speaking of covering asses, this dude never does. He's always ass out, tits out, fucking wiling out. What about you, man? What'd you think about Escape?
That's right. Naked as the day I was born. Yeah, this was a great issue. In fact, I just finished reading this 10 minutes before we jumped on stream here, trying to plow through all this week's worth of books. Yeah, and I want to build off of something that Jem was saying, actually, like talking about like caring for the character. Like we find out he has a family, he has a wife and a child, but I really like kind of really getting into the character's head and really understanding his motivations, like what the thing that draws him to his wife, right? And the fact that he's kind of head in the clouds, like he doesn't want to be like, you know, barred in by societal norms or anything, and she's got her feet on the ground. I love the juxtaposition of that, and kind of just really, like I said, understanding like what motivates this dude and what makes him the person that he is and what makes him care. It was a really great issue, and it was one that really took me by surprise because I was anticipating, all right, dude goes, you know, plane goes down, he's behind enemy lines, like it's going to be an action-packed issue. And no, it's anything but that. We really hit the brakes and go in reverse and kind of learn a heck of a lot more, but it's going to make it a much more engrossing, enriching experience, I think, once issue 3 hits, especially after seeing that kind of the cliffhanger that we get in this issue.
You know, think about the structure of these first 2 issues and think about like the typical structure of how tightly written a movie is supposed to be, right? Mm-hmm. So you're supposed to understand within the first 10 minutes of a movie what the movie's going to be, right? So like that first issue would be the first 10 minutes of a war movie, right? This group of soldiers on a mission goes sour, one man left alive, behind enemy lines on a suicide mission. Boom. What happens after that concept gets delivered efficiently? Now we start telling us who this character is. So structurally, Rick Remender is doing exactly what he needs to do here. And Daniel Kuna's great. That reminds me, the last Chip book I really loved was Avengers Twilight, which was the reason I think Nick was the Marvel Shield last year. The reigning Marvel Shield right now.
And Ultimate Spider-Man, yeah.
And because Eric didn't come on until halfway through the year, and Stu missed a lot of episodes that year. So.
I was on all year. Don't even
always miss
start
a
with me,
lot.
Greg.
But besides that, that's why Nick was the Marvel.
Yeah.
Nick, I gotta go take a whiz, man. Why don't you tell us what you think about Escape and then pass it along to Greg, please?
You got it. Yeah, I like this one a lot too. I mean, yeah, the vibe shift, the story shift, much needed background on the character, just makes you want to root for him. James, just like you were saying, it's like we already wanted him to survive just because of the brutal way that he was going about his mission. He's like one of the sole survivors right now. He's still on the hunt to complete that mission right now. And as if that wasn't enough to root for this character, now you know his backstory. And so that's exactly what they aimed to do, and they nailed perfectly. It was a 180 from what I expected. I think, Eric, you were mentioning this too, like you or several people did. I was not expecting this part to come up in issue number 2. I was expecting more of that fast pace, hit the ground run, and we're going to be behind enemy lines kind of a thing. But it was a well-received change. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Again, the coloring and the art was spectacular in the whole entire book. The fair scene with the fireworks are going off and they're like embracing at that moment. The coloring on that panel alone was awesome. So yeah, I did not see it coming, and I'm so glad that it happened because it just makes the story all that much more special. So yeah, I love that one a lot. Greg, did you read this one, man? What'd you think?
I did read this. I love Rick Remender. I'm a Rick Remender shill. This was jarring for me at first, right? Because like you've all said, like it is a complete change of pace. So you went from like full on foot on the gas to like the brakes slowing down. And so I think once I was okay with that, or like it was just such a jarring tone. I always feel like weird, like who am I? Because I'm not Rick Remender or have talent to write comics, but I was like, as I was reading this, I go, I feel like this would have worked better for me if it was this flashback was broken up and maybe in between the action of book 1, and we had kind of a mix up of the 2 issues in book 1 and 2 to kind of, you're invested a little bit already. You don't know why you're invested in the character, and then maybe you see a little bit more at issue 2. So like structurally for me, I think like I get it from like what Robbie said of like that's your first 15 minutes. But just with the way comics read, it was such a jarring disposition there, right? To go from full force, nonstop action to just a love story of 2 people falling, and which is a great story. So I wonder for me of like, I think I kind of wish that the first 2 issues were together and kind of interspersed just the way comics work for me a little bit more than a full on, the first issue. With that, again, like I said, I loved it. I just probably would have made a decision, but who am I? Like it's freaking Rick Remender. He can do what he wants. So
it's a good point.
So did you just say you liked it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he liked it.
Cool.
I liked it, Robbie.
I did too.
And Robbie, I was glad you brought it up because I mean, you could have brought up Transformers, G.I. Joe, whatever Dynamite book you got to show.
Herculoids is my Dynamite Shield book this week. Yeah, I could have mentioned Feral. I could have mentioned Redcoat. I could have mentioned Voyeur #1. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rites of Spring. Could have done all that. All right, I'm looking at our time right now, and we don't have time for another round of discussion. However, just for potential ranking significance in the future, let's go ahead and reveal what our number 2 pick would have been and maybe say something short and sweet about it. Stu, kick us off.
Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring number 3. We get some more the tension building between the sister of the deceased who Sam's brought into town is just great. The way it's the back and forth between them. She still doesn't trust Sam. You don't know if Sam's cold and calculated or kind of slipping up and making a mistake. And also, dude, we get a glimpse into year one Sam, right? Sam kind of coming of age. It was magnificent. This book, this second volume, has been just as strong as the first. It hasn't been like that wonderful surprise, of course, that the first was, you know, something completely new and different, really. But I think it's still been surprising and just super enjoyable and just so well written and drawn by Horvath. So yeah.
IDW actually quoted me for one of their social media posts about this book, and it was like, this book is crazy as fuck and I'm here for it. or crazy as shit or something like that. Because it had a lot of, you know, different symbols. But yeah, hell yeah, I agree with that 100%. Jem, what would be your second pick this evening?
It would have been Absolute Batman, but I'm going to skip that since it was taken. I really want to say, I'm not going to pick this, but Marvel Zombies 1, I really, really like that, probably more than I should have. And man, I'm really actually reading more Marvel stuff. I might go with Fantastic Four, yo. What is that? Ryan North, Humberto Ramos.
Yeah.
I might roll with that, bro.
Roll with it.
You know what? That's fine. You know, Fantastic Four is like my favorite property of all time, and I just really hate the book right now. But
I know you don't love it. Yeah. I love how they
Really?
they're
Art's
going
so
out there
strong.
with Reed and making his eyes stretch out and his head stretched out, and like they're doing cool shit, man.
The art's good too, man. The art's better than it has been. There was that one guy that was doing it who didn't draw a thing with the neck at all, where like there was like a panel where he's like a profile view and it's literally just like a ball on a fucking like table or something. And I'm just like, what? I think once we get past this One World Under Doom thing.
Yeah. Because it's too much going on. Because I'm not even reading that, so I have to be like, okay, they're doing something over there. I really like that Doom 2099, but I'm like, damn, that's a one shot too, man. I want to play.
I know that was actually good, man.
Yeah, that wasn't that bad. Yeah,
that was good, man. That Doom 2099 run is the best of the 2099 books, in my opinion. You had Warren Ellis work on that too, man. Like that shit was good.
Yeah, dude.
But do not sleep. I think Ghost Rider 2099 had some of the best artwork. Early Ashley Wood.
Love it.
Right,
and
so fucking
Chris
good.
Picciolo on the
bro. We need to do a 2099 revisit. Just get a crew together and just.
I'm here for that.
Read a bunch of
I got all
books
the omnis.
Hell yeah, you do. I know you do. The rest of us have to go dollar bin diving for those.
Yeah, those Conan 2099s.
Did they do a Conan 2099?
Modern, maybe, right? No, Ryan North.
Nick wants one. He keeps mentioning it. He wants a Conan 20.
Well, unfortunately, I think Marvel has trademarked that year, so I think we actually have to skip that even in real life. So I don't think Titan can get away with it right now.
Mafood will do a bootleg or something. Come on, we can figure it out.
Oh, that would be so fucking cool, actually.
Yeah,
all right. Fantastic Four, that's super cool, man. We also need to do a One World Under Doom thing when it's over, especially with you, Stu, because I really want to have a real chat with Dr. Doom fans about this fucking story.
For sure.
Because that's your guy too, man.
Yeah, and they are fucking it up, man.
Damn.
Fucking it up.
I like
right.
that.
Metal Elf, you're right. Kyle Hotz is also on Ghost Rider 2099.
Yeah.
That's some cool shit.
Bring on the Bad Guys was good.
It wasn't that bad. I actually like that. I really hate those events that are just a series of one-shots that are loosely connected.
That's what it was, but yeah.
But great covers by Lee Bermejo, too. What about you, Eric? What would have been your second pick?
Oh, this is a spite pick. Not spite for the book or the creators, but spite for the fact that we just got some bad news that was kind of told to us. Green Arrow is coming to an end, and it's not fair, and it's not right, and it's not just. This book has been fantastic. Chris Condon has been doing things that are making me kind of like fall back in love with the superhero genre, because after you read a couple indie books that you kind of you expand your horizons a little bit, but this makes me love superheroes again. And it's going to be coming to an end here soon. But he's really honoring the character of Oliver Queen. He's really drawing on some of the best storylines when it was like the hard traveling heroes kind of stuff, right? When he's dealing with Roy Harper, Speedy having the addiction, playing with those ideas again in this book here. It's just a shame, man. It's just a real big shame because people are sleeping on this book and it's being canceled because of low sales. And I get it. It's Green Arrow. It's not going to be the biggest selling book, but it is one of my favorite DC books, right? Outside of the Bat realm. And I think it's better than some of the Batman books out there too. Send him out on a high note here, man. Everyone consider picking up Green Arrow. Read this, enjoy it as much as I do. Montos's artwork is some of the best in DC's, stable right now of artists. It's really, really good stuff here. So, like I said, send him out on a high note.
Hell yeah, man. Sorry that I know you love that book, and I'm sorry that it's ending for you, but it's hard to push numbers on a Green Arrow book, man. You know, the only time they really were able to do that was Kevin Smith, and it only lasted for so long, and it was honestly at a point where there weren't a lot of eyes on comic books.
I also am one that's against like starting over, but I feel like this is one that they probably should have started at a 1. Like, just because so many people aren't going to pick up Green Arrow, especially at issue 19 or whatever. So
yeah. And it's going to be a good while until there's another like hit Green Arrow TV show or something to help boost the character. Right.
Yeah.
Green Arrow makes his absolute debut in Absolute Evil next week, y'all. I can
that should be dope.
That. So
okay.
That's an interesting.
Better than Ultimate Hawkeye.
Who's writing Absolute Green Arrow when that comes out?
Isn't it?
Is that
Pornsack?
Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I think it'll be fine. Nick, what would have been your next pick? I like Ultimate Hawkeye. I think if you're introduced to that character in the Ultimates run, when you get there eventually.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to read that part. That's right.
We didn't need a one shot for Ultimate Hawkeye, but I didn't mind it. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
Nick, what about you? What's your next pick?
I'm going Savage Sword, man. Savage Sword of Conan, number 10. Titan Comics. Of course, we got the infamous Conan writer Jim Zub on that one. So doing a great job. We had Doug Berthwaite right on the interiors for that one. Going into the whole Scourge of the Serpent storyline, they're kind of interconnecting Savage Sword and then Proper. And man, they're just doing a great job of just kind of building out this world right now. If you don't know anything about like the serpents and everything and how they essentially can just take over bodies and manipulate an entire town, just take over the entire city. It's a really good introduction to that. And so I'm a relatively newer Conan fan, just picking up this latest Titan run and everything. And I'm just having a hell of a time with this book, man. And the Savage Sword, especially since it has that newsprint black and white paper and everything, it just feels you feel good spending that kind of money on a single issue, because you get a lot of content, man. You get the exercise pages themselves, but you get the, like I said, with the newspaper print and everything, and it takes a while to get through that book, and it feels good, you know. So I love the story, and I love how interconnected it is right now, and I'm excited to see where Jim just continues to take this series in Proper and in Savage Sword. Love all the little ancillary titles and everything that are popping out. Or the ancillary stories and writers and artists that pop in and out of that book as well. So it's always solid, and it's well worth the money every month.
Yeah, Zub loves Conan. I got to meet him in person for the first time earlier this year at MegaCon. He had just bought a Conan #1 for the first time in his life. He was so jacked and excited about that. We had a great conversation. We were fortunate enough to have him join us to do a PCP movie night for Conan the Barbarian. And that dude knows Conan better than anybody's fucking dad. Do you know what I'm saying? Yep. And like, he is so into this property, and I am just loving everything that he's doing. And I'm so happy to know he's only halfway through his guaranteed run. So Savage Sword is one of the few comics I collect floppies of, because I do feel like it's worth it, right? Like, it's worth the price of admission.
It is.
Each one kind of stands on its own. You got multiple stories. You got prose, short stories in there. Lots of cool stuff. I love that fucking book. What about you, Greg? What would have been your second pick tonight?
Man, y'all have taken it. So I'm gonna go one that just flew under the radar that I really liked. From Image Comics. Good as Dead. I would love I'm a sucker for like a crime, like twist you up, like wait, what's going on? Who's doing this? And like, if you can do it in a comic book form, and it seems like it's a little bit more in depth, right? Like, there's a major terrorist like catastrophe that happens early, midway through the book. But it also feels like a very much like Hatfield McCoy kind of thing, but with like bigger stakes even. And it was again something that I wasn't familiar with this book. I kind of just picked it up on a whim, and it's an oversized book. And so I don't know if they're going to keep that going with the rest of the series, because they're still coming out monthly. But it worked for me. I love those kind of like small town whodunit kind of things, and like everyone's in on stuff, and everything that I love about those types of movies and things like that. That's what I liked about this book. So,
did you read Straight Bullets? Just out of curiosity.
I have not read. I have
I
not
was
read
about
Stray
to bring
Bullet.
that up.
Okay.
I have not
Yeah.
read Stray Bullet, so that's one that came out outside of my purview when I was reading comics. So
After you catch up with Power Fantasy, give that a shot.
I'll do Stray Bullets before Power Fantasy, but thanks.
I hate you, Greg.
Oh,
Yeah,
know.
there's only like 30, 40 issues of that, so you'll actually plow through it. So that's what I was going to say is like, first of all, I read this book and I thought it was all right. I'm a fan of David Lapin, is what I would say, right? And Stray Bullets is the reason why. There's also a book called Murder Me Dead that's exceptionally well. It's like a graphic novel if you want to consider it that. Stray Bullets is amazing though. Stray Bullets and Murder Me Dead. There was a time in the late 90s, early 2000s where crime fiction was some of the best comics out there. And Eric knows what the fuck I'm talking about. The Bendis stuff, Nowheresville, Greg Rucka doing shit like Whiteout, and eventually Queen and Country, which is a book I don't think
Queen
gets
and Country is
mentioned
awesome.
enough. I love it. I still got all my fucking hardcovers back there that look like case files and shit like that, or a case like bound case files or something. Anyway, that was the era of crime fiction and comics, and it really was working, man. And Stray Bullets is one of those books. Good as Dead, I thought was okay. There was something about it that just didn't quite pull me in. It did by the end, but it kind of really took some work to get me interested. But there is some stuff going on. So I'm definitely excited to see what they're going to do with issue number 2. But yes, 100%, bro. Before you catch up on anything else that we've been talking about, you just, everybody deserves to read Stray Bullets. Stray Bullets is one of the greatest comics.
It's on my list
of the 90s and early 2000s. 100%.
I picked up the first 3 trades just recently at a store. I can't wait to get into it.
Yeah, and they just recently did another run a couple years ago at Image, so all of them should be
I'm
in
just
print
following
or
Nick's
just
footsteps.
recently out of print. So
See, Nick was starting Criminal. I started Criminal this last month. So like,
Yeah,
he's picked up Stray Bullets. I'm picking that up now this month. So like,
see, that's other great crime fiction that was going on.
Tell me which comics you missed in your reading, and I'm gonna pick it up too. So
yeah, I gotta catch up on Power Fantasy, Greg. So we gotta.
Oh, well, never mind. Forget that.
All right, for my second pick, I would have gone with Universal Monsters: The Invisible Man, issue number 2.
Yeah.
I love it. First of all, I love the movie The Invisible Man. I love that this is serving as a prequel to The Invisible Man, where it's telling us the journey of how Griffin develops this formula and how he's already fucked up to begin with, right? And James Tynion said, before he even signed on to do Dracula, he said, I want to do Invisible Man. And he said, what was so appealing about this character is that he doesn't have to be stitched together from corpses. He doesn't have to be a vampire. He doesn't have to be a werewolf. He's a regular dude, but he's the most of a monster of all of these characters. With the exception of Dracula, they're all kind of relatable characters that you kind of feel sad for. They're a little bit tragic. The Frankenstein monster, the Wolfman, a man cursed, who's a good man, who doesn't want to kill, right? You got this kind of shit. This dude wanted to turn himself into a monster, and James is giving us that story of how. And Danny, she doesn't even get to really utilize, like the covers of the book do, the usage of negative space you could be working with by doing an Invisible Man comic, because most of the issue, he's not even invisible yet, but we do get those nice double page spreads.
Yeah.
And it's still, the art gives it a chillingly atmospheric, eerie, unsettling tone. And I fucking love it. I love it so much. And it might be my favorite so far, the Universal Monsters, which is tough because Dracula and Frankenstein are top-notch comics as
For
well.
sure.
So
Invisible Man was your favorite movie, or Hollow Man?
fuck Hollow Man. I hate that movie.
With Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, and it's one of those movies.
Classic, bro.
Yeah, every
Classic.
once in a while in the 90s, if you're watching a Kevin Bacon movie, you had to watch out because you might see his dick. Hollow Man was one of them, right? Wild Things was another one. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're watching a movie in the 90s, Kevin Bacon's, and all of a sudden you might see his dick. It's just something
Might
that would
fuck
happen.
around.
I mean, Robbie, I thought your favorite Invisible Man was Chevy Chase.
Oh, that's the John Carpenter film, Memoirs of the Invisible Man. Yeah, I haven't revisited that in a long, long time.
That's okay.
62 says Stray Bullets is in a compendium now. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, nice.
That's really
$60
cool.
on Amazon.
Yeah, probably like $60
There
for
we
everything. That's pretty dope. All right, time for rapid fire. The rest of the best. Stu, let's go.
All right, hold on. Let me get my list here. All right. Everything Dead and Dying. Tate Brumbaugh, Jacob Phillips, great little zombie type story going on. Transformers 24, Daniel Warren Johnson's final issue was incredible. Jorge Corona, man, shout out to everybody on that team through 24 issues, really reinvigorated that IP in such a special way. Ultimate Black Panther number 20 was incredible. Really just a brilliant send-off. Great work from Caselli. Shout out to E for really being a true champion of that book through and through. I was in and out, man. I was not too faithful, but he's been a hardcore fan all the way through. And then lastly, I got to shout out Twilight Zone number 1, Dan Waters, Morgan Beam. I just read that. I love that book, man. It felt like I stepped straight inside an OG episode of the show in all the best ways. So I definitely want to recommend that one. That's out from IDW this week. So y'all check that one out.
Hell yeah, great picks. What was the first one you picked again?
Everything Dead and Dying.
Everything Dead and
Yeah,
Dying.
Everything Dead and Dying.
That was actually really good. I forgot. That was like the beginning of the month, man.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about that one. What about you, Jim? What's the best of the
Well,
rest?
I was gonna say Everything Dead and Dying feels like it could be one of those ones, man. That was a great read. But for me, for my honorable mentions, I guess you would say, first of all, TMNT Power Rangers 3 has been dope. It sounds like it wouldn't be dope, but actually it's really good. What else am I reading here? Hold on. Got me drawing a blank. Nobody's reading Spawn. Robbie, you still on Spawn?
Yeah, I'm still reading Spawn. I'm liking where Spawn's going right now. I was just on the retailer call with Todd earlier today. Lots of cool things coming up in the world of Spawn. We'll see. So
I'm drawing blanks. So, Death of Silver Surfer, don't really like it, but
fuck, dude, you were talking in your video because I quit reading it. You were talking in your video that, like, I guess there's a new Silver Surfer after this issue or something.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Let's go.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Who is it? What's going on?
So the girl, what is it? Kim Ko or something like that. The girl that who has been really the main character of this story. Is that the one who was trying to kill him or something? Yes, the mercenary that's trying to kill him. He ends up giving her the power cosmic. She becomes the female Silver Surfer. So I'm like, damn, it's kind of low key smart because you got the Shia LaBeouf stuff going on with the movies.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know that it'll be really that big because how many people have become the Silver Surfer? I don't know. Maybe not that many, but
no, I don't know if anybody else is actually.
Well, Shia LaBeouf, Norton Rad.
Wasn't Aunt May the Silver Surfer at one point?
Oh, that what if issue
with the Twinkie issue?
What if Aunt May possessed the power cosmic or some shit?
Ultimate Wolverine is awesome.
Okay.
What else?
That's Chris Condon.
That's another Chris Condon.
I was wondering when you guys said Chris Condon, someone said he's writing 5 books. I'm like, I know I'm reading one of his books that I really like. So yeah, that was it. And definitely Transformers is awesome. I'm excited to see what Kirkman does with it. Skinbreaker's cool. I'm down to see where it goes.
I'm surprised that hasn't been mentioned yet.
Buckets.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Skinbreaker.
So
the Treasury edition
comic
is
shop
crazy.
got like a black and white preview of that.
Yeah.
Y'all get a chance. If you get a chance, like if there's a scan out there, look at the black and white version. It's so much better.
David Fincher's art, so good.
I know Flippy was watching earlier, but it has Avatar vibes. Like you feel like it's just a random planet with a random race, and then this is their power struggle they're going through currently. It's crazy.
It's like Avatar and Black Panther had a baby.
That's exactly what I felt like. Yeah.
Yeah, like Avatar, but not boring. So that's
shots fired.
Jeez Louise. But I'm sure there's more, but yeah,
I was so impressed with David Fincher's artwork on Skinbreaker. Really I swear he worked on that issue like 10 years ago, probably. I don't know. Like, I wonder how ahead of the curve he is.
They're done.
Ryan Otley is They're done because Ryan Otley is on top. Like, Kirkman knows what's up. He knows that we don't like books that take like forever to come out, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, he showed his stack on the retailer call of all the original art pages. Like they're done.
Nice. That's super
cool.
And
Robbie, you've been keeping up with Void Rivals too, man. Is that ending after issue 25, or what's the deal with Void Rivals?
I don't know. I think it might be continuing. I think it will continue their story, but it's definitely setting up what will eventually, I think by issue 50, so like maybe 2 years from now, I think we're gearing up to the first like line wide crossover event. I think it's 50. And I think it's one of the reasons why Kirkman's taking over the book. It's just to help lead it. Yeah. Though I think Johnson and Corona could have stayed on that book for another 2 years. But I know that Daniel wants to go and do more creator-owned stuff. But
yeah.
We want him to, too. Give it.
Yeah,
to me.
no kidding.
I mean, we do, but at the same time, man, like I would love 2 more years of Transformers, and I hope you got a good deal when Hasbro starts doing toys based on your work, man.
Yeah.
So there you go. What about you, Eric? What's the best of the rest? What's your rapid fire?
Rapid fire. Nick was talking about Savage Sword. I'll talk about Conan the Barbarian proper. I really love the culmination of the storyline that they've been building towards. Conan was prisoner of the Stygians. He breaks out. Zula's helping him out, but things don't work out the way that they want to, or at least the way that Conan wants to at the very end. So I thought that was really cool. No Man's Land, the premiere issue of that one, man. It gives me vibes of 90s Oliver Stone movies, man. I really, really dig it. Really great cinematic choices that Kudransky's making on that one. Really
It's
dig
his best
that.
book yet, man. It's his best book yet, I think. I love it.
It's really
It's
sick.
most accessible for sure. Yeah.
And he's watching these videos. Y'all better watch out, man.
Oh yeah,
He does.
Yeah,
He does watch these videos, man. But
Yo, shout out to
and
bro though. That was cool. It was a good issue though, for real.
There
For
you
sure.
go. Yeah, digging it for sure. Similar to Robbie, I can give into peer pressure as well. I will talk the seasons. The seasons was a fantastic issue. I really like what Spring is doing. Like the sisters, you see the changes happening. The threat is clearly defined at this point, but now Spring is really kind of wrecking things, and it's really cool to see that. But I'm really excited to see what Winter does now that her cold demeanor is kind of like made the circus step back maybe for just a second. I kind of dug that. And I'll finish it up with, let's see here. What's a good one? Oh, Alex Packnadell. I was pleasantly surprised by Casey Jones. I really like the character.
hell yeah.
I thought that was a really cool intro for him, bringing him back into the fold, kind of making him a player in the TMNT universe as well. So I hope that they kind of keep that stringing along. I liked it way better than I liked Shredder, by the way, too. So, yeah, good stuff.
Okay, word. I like Shredder better than Casey Jones, but I think they were both great.
Okay,
I mean,
there
I
we
do.
go.
I honestly I'm still impressed with some of the TMNT stuff, and I think that our collective lamentation of the end of the Aaron and Ferreira run is overshadowing how cool Gene Luen Yang is probably going to fit for this book. How much of a fit he's going to be. Because I've heard a lot of good. Fuck, did they send me I think they may have sent me 13 already. I don't know. I know I just got sent 12.
I think you got sent 12.
I know I got sent 12, but I think I got 13 like a couple weeks ago. Because I think they're trying to build up hype because they know that people are going to try to. I got to double check. But I so don't want this Turtles run to end. And I like the auxiliary titles right now. I think they're super solid. What about you, Nick? Rapid fire. What you got?
Surprise, this one stayed around. Superman Kryptonite Spectrum #2, continuing the experiments with the new Kryptonite. What a great issue that was. I loved Chemo in there too. A lot of great ancillary characters. That's been a fun run so far. We have White House Robot Romance issue #1. I had more fun with it than I thought I was going to have. So that was pretty cool to see that relationship build throughout the issue and see where it went. Absolute Superman. I don't think we mentioned that one tonight. That one was incredible as well.
I mentioned
it was the torture issue, guys. I mean, that was insane.
Mhm.
It was incredible, man. We talked about how impactful Absolute Batman was, but as far as how gnarly that got, but when you get Brainiac in there with the Superman, oh my gosh, crazy stuff happening there.
Absolute Brainiac
Yeah.
is so fucking crazy, man.
It's insane. Let's see. I'll talk about Dark Patterns was great too. We have issue #10. That was another solid one. We're gonna be wrapping it up.
I've heard
here
about it.
with- Yeah, a couple more issues left in that whole entire thing, trying to bring it all back together. It's another, burn it down and start over kind of a story so far, but we're going to see how they close it out. Undoubtedly, it's going to be fun. And then one book, I'll mention one more. It Killed Everyone But Me, Mad Cave book that came out.
Yeah.
It's everything that Something's Killing the Children should be right now. It's seriously, I mean, it's demons, it's things that are taking out kids. It's people reliving traumas in the past, trying to fight those demons again. It's very much in the same vein as Something's Killing Children, but it's actually good. So there you go. I think I'll stop right there.
All right. That's a good rapid fire. What about you, Greg? What you got? And by the way, White House Robot Romance. Surprised me. That's Zdarsky, right? See, I don't hate Chip,
Yeah.
y'all. I just hate I hate him half the time.
It sounded like
Chip,
Two
if you're
Face over
watching,
here.
he hates you.
Did he ever finish his public domain book? Probably, right?
The
I think it's
second
on
volume.
break.
Did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did a second volume, and then he did the comic book within the book, right?
Mm.
He did that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Greg, what you got, man?
Uh,
What Chip Zdarsky and Batman books you got for us?
Thankfully, nothing right now. But Batman book, I will go. Mike Perkins art. The Batman Second Night. Dan Jurgens writing. You think we're gonna get through an episode where we get Purple Glove Batman and not mention those beautiful purple gloves? I think I like this better than the start of First Night. Just kind of the take they're doing with Scarecrow, and kind of getting him a big bruiser that kind of works. The art though is the story could completely suck, and I would still read it just so I could look at Mike Perkins' art.
I loved that issue, and I also gave you all credit when I talked about how much I love that issue, because I wasn't super digging on the first one. Y'all all were digging on it, but when I kept asking you why, y'all kept saying purple fucking gloves. That's the reason you like a Batman book? There's got to be more than purple gloves, man. I'm just going to say, man.
I mean, it's Perkins and the purple gloves.
And
Red coat, number 14, another kind of one-shot red coat. Those have been some of my favorite ones where they just pop up with a fun red coat story to kind of see then the prelude with First Ghost. So
is the first Ghost supposed to be Washington? Is that what the idea is there?
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
No. I thought. Oh, okay. I thought the first Ghost was a woman president. I thought that was what the book was. Was that not?
No, it's at the end of that issue. It shows.
At the end, because
I know they showed them, but then they showed the first Ghost. I thought that's what the series is. That
I thought the
that
first
Meltzer's
was Washington, right?
Washington shows up in a lightning storm.
Yeah, he does.
But then
but before that, right after that, then they go to the woman president.
But that's current day. No, that was current day with the kid.
Yeah.
He's like, who's this mysterious
She's not
guy?
a ghost, though, man. Right?
I know,
she wasn't a
but
ghost. She's
that's
put on
what
a
I
turn- a
took it
coat.
as. Okay.
I just hope that Brian Meltzer ties it into First Kid, the Disney classic from the 90s.
Oh my
You know?
god.
Oh my God.
I mean, he could. I'd take it. So
PCP movie night coming soon. You just wait and see.
First Kid, followed by Blank Check.
Blank Check. Oh my God. I was thinking Blank
Blank
Check. Richie Rich. Let's fucking finish. Let's do a whole month.
That's my wheelhouse, Robbie.
Little Big League or Rookie of the Year will round out that month, right?
No, Little Giants.
Oh shit!
Giants,
Sandlot.
all right.
Are we not going to talk Sandlot?
That's OG.
We've already
right?
done Sandlot, man. It doesn't.
D2.
Sandlot's
D2.
too good to fit with those.
Yeah, D2.
Right, yeah, it's true.
That's
D2 is the best one of all time. Let's just
It's so good. Let's see.
Yeah, what
Finish
else?
up
Greg?
rapid fire. I'll go Adventures of Luminen. Anytime I can get some Captain Nemo mixed with Phil Hester art, there for it.
Yeah.
Flow from Mad Cave. I really enjoyed the first issue. Interesting premise and I thought it was good. And then we'll end with Viking Moon was a lot of fun. You got Vikings and werewolves. I mean, what more?
I
do you
didn't
want?
read it.
So
The art was great in that book.
Yeah, I gotta pick that one up.
Got to get to that one still.
All right, for my rapid fire, Batman #1, I liked probably because I've had to sit through a lot of shitty ass Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee, Batman Hush 2 books, right? But Batman #1 was great. It was nice seeing Jimenez back on the book, and I like the vibe of the story. I like the Killer Croc stuff. I have read issue #2, which drops next week, and I like it as well.
Nice.
Feral #16, zombie story with cats. It tugs at my heartstrings. I love the variant covers that Tony and Trish do as homages. This one was, I think, Dracula, if I remember correctly. I love it. Ultimate 16 might be my favorite issue of that outside of issue 4. Like seeing the world of the Ultimates through the eyes of the average person and how that like gets the populace inspired by the Ultimates. I really, really liked that. I thought that was good. Godzilla Escape the Dead Zone issue #2.
Yeah.
The most interesting, unique, and exciting take I've ever seen developed in comic book form from the Godzilla world.
Yep.
I love it. There's this place called the Dead Zone. There's radiation from the kaiju, or there's this kaisei kind of energy or whatever. It mutates people. What TMNT, we already praised them for them in their auxiliary books. However, what didn't land for me was Mutant Nation. What they're trying to do there really is working in this Godzilla book. And this writing team of Sheridan and somebody else, they also do Blink and You'll Miss It. And there was something else they did this month. They're ones to look out for.
Parker and Sheridan. Yeah.
Yeah, Parker and Sheridan.
Yeah.
Herculoids #8, The Secret Origin of the Herculoids by Tom Snigoski. That's my Dynamite Shill pick.
Dynamite Shill. Yeah.
Warrior issue #1, the best Leah Williams comic I've ever read. I really liked it. It's from Ignition Press. It's a little bit sexy. It's about an art thief who's like scoping out this woman who's like super hot. He starts vibing with her, feeling on her. He's like got all these hidden cameras. He's watching her. He's about to whip it out and just beat off. All of a sudden, she shows the fuck up.
Which issue is that?
Issue number 1, The
Number one.
Voyeur.
Okay.
Voyeur.
I missed it. I didn't know it was out yet. Shoot.
Yep, it was. I really liked it, and it's Leah Williams, and it wasn't like overly verbose, and it wasn't like pretentious, and it wasn't like insufferable. So I don't know. I really liked it. I was very surprised.
Wow.
And my final one to mention is News from the Fallout, issue number 4. Jeffrey Allen Love, killer artwork, using silhouette and his own unique techniques that he has developed for comic book storytelling to give us. We hear the term less is more so many times. It really is working here. He's just using the barest of shapes, but him and Chris Condon is doing an exceptional job of giving us a typical radiation fallout zombie type tale, but done in a very visually interesting way that I think is also one of the best books. I know it's September now. We're about to hit October, November, December. We have 3 months. We're 3/4 of the way through the year. So I know that right now we're all thinking best of the year, right? Because you kind of have to start trying to piece it together now, right? But I think that's a book that needs to be in that conversation. News from the Fallout. So that's my rapid fire. That's what I got. Stu, what you got coming up, man?
Oh man! Well, last night on my channel, Dr. Doom's Fan Club, E and I just celebrated 50 episodes of Ink and Insights, our weekly comic book highlight review show, where we talk about the books we love from the previous week, Marvel, DC, Image, and Indies. So, yeah, shout out to my boy Eve. We clocked in at 1 year last night. So
nice.
Yeah, nice little milestone there. But catch us every Wednesday on my channel, and then Tuesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Eastern on the East Channel for notes from the editors. And then I dropped Roulette for Surrounded by Short Boxes covering Frank Miller's classic. So check that out on my channel as well.
One of the best issues of his Daredevil run, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Really great stuff.
Yeah.
Are you going to be on Verno's show tonight?
I am. I'm heading over there to talk about Alien Earth tonight.
That's right. Horror Fest
Can't
continuing on Blood Splatter Chatter right now.
Yes.
As soon as we wrap up here, jump over there and celebrate. Stu, thank you so much for being here. Jim,
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us, man. It's super fun to have you back in the conversation.
Yeah, thank you.
Glad you're back on the weeklies. What you got coming up, bro?
Yeah, just doing weekly reviews. I just dropped a box break for some trading cards. There you go. The Boys and 007, No Time to Die. Funny video. I pulled some real bangers. I could spoil it right now, but maybe I won't spoil it. I do pull some big hits from there. And what else? Oh, this Saturday I'm going to be live on Whatnot. I got a lot of great ratio variants from a lot of the books that we've been talking about. So Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, I'll be live on Whatnot with some cool stuff.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you again for being here. Look forward to having you back on the channel, man. I love you, bro.
But yeah, likewise.
Everybody's always like, what's
Happy
wrong with
10
you and Jim
years.
Mint? Like, we beefing? People always think we're beefing, man.
Did you ever use that video clip I sent you? I didn't see you use it.
Oh, yeah, I used it. Yeah,
Oh.
I used it. I need to put all that shit together and put it on its own.
Because you were doing random ones in a video type shit, right?
Yeah. You were on a weekly comic book review, and then on the 10th anniversary live stream, we played them all.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I appreciate you
Cool.
doing that, man. I really do.
Of course.
I love you. I respect you. I'm happy to be collabing with you again. Eric,
Hell yeah.
you didn't send me any thumbnails, man.
Yeah, I got a little bit busy, but that's okay. I can talk about what we got coming out
Yeah,
here.
what you got coming up, man?
Every single Sunday morning here. Check out on the poll list here my thoughts on all the weekly comic books that come out here. Every Tuesday night, like Stu had mentioned, notes from the editors, where we have a rotating topical conversation here about all the things that are going on in the world of comics. This Tuesday is going to be pretty cool though, because I got my shop owner coming in to talk about the landscape of comics in the world of retail. I think that's going to be a really good conversation. Outside of that, patreon.com/Ink and Insights, where you can see our quarterly newsletter, previews of all the shows that we have coming out, and a whole heck of a lot of fun. So check us out.
Hell yeah. Nick, thank you for being here as always.
Yeah, dude.
What you got coming up, man?
Yeah, every week, Nick at Night, weekly comic book review show on Saturday nights. This Friday, tomorrow, we're doing the all new, all different Blame Fables show. So that will be the last show for a little while. So make sure to join us and hang out. I think Paul in the 619 is going to be with us, if I'm not mistaken.
Fable
so
literally had a 3-episode season, y'all. Just so y'all know. Like, you know,
hey, blame Fable, not me. And I also want to shout out that things are going to be ramping up really quickly for C3 this year. So it's going to be, what is it, September, October. So it's going to be a month from now. We're going to be right in the middle of C3. So, get your donations in. If you want to donate, you can always go to C3, talk to Rob. He'll hook you up.
Comics Curing Cancer, by the way. If you
Comics Curing Cancer. Sorry. Yes. So, they're putting together the schedule and everything right now. I know we're going to do something for Ink and Insights that Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we might be doing a Fable show as well. We got to figure that out, but that's gonna be a crazy weekend like it always is. So if you can support, if you can't support, donate. If you can't donate, share it, man. That's the best thing you can do. Get the word out there.
Good
so
call.
yeah, we're gonna be putting together some packages very soon. We're excited for it.
Fuck yeah. All right, Greg, I appreciate you being here, and you hardly mentioned your Instagram page, but I think everybody should follow you on Instagram because you do this thing on Tuesdays where you talk about your 3 most anticipated books of the week. And I really like that short. I like how you got your little microphone with your logo on it. You like an old school news sportscaster type thing. I really like it. It makes me think of Bob Barker a little bit. You need one of those really thin, long microphones, man.
Come
You know
on
what I'm saying?
down. I dig it. No, yeah. So I every Tuesday I do a little short. I do a lot of shorts and I do interviews. Like that's what my channel has gone into. So coming up on the channel, I've got this Monday conversation with Zach Kaplan, talk about his series Mastermind, and then the next volume of Kill All Immortals is coming out. So we're gonna dig into both those series and maybe talk a little about Dark Void that just wrapped up from Mad Cave. And then all the following Monday, we got John Jackson Miller on the show where we dug into his novel. His new one, Batman Revolution, comes out into the end of October. But if you're at New York Comic Con, you can pick up a copy of that early. So we dig into that. He had one that came out, Resurrection, before this last year, and there are 2 novels set in the world of in between the first Batman and Batman Returns in the Tim Burton universe. And so to kind of get these takes on those villains, really cool book. I've read them both, recommend them. If you like the Burton versions, highly recommend checking out the novels. And then I've got a lot of interviews coming up. I think I have 4 that are scheduled this next week. So once those are out, I'll start to talk about them and drop those every week. So
hell yeah. Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining us. Links to all of these esteemed gentlemen's pages in the description below. If you're not already subbed up, please sub up and help us out. As far as us here at PCP, we're in the midst of Horror Fest. Horror Fest continues over at Blood Splatter Chatter. As soon as we end here, they're going to be talking about Alien Earth. And look at sexy ass white-haired Timothy Olyphant right there, man. That's some crazy shit. I didn't know he was in this shit. I got to watch this, man. So Link sent me that image.
Oh, dude, you haven't watched it?
And said, can you imagine Oliphant as Magneto right now? And I'm like, dude, I am here for that. That dude is Magneto. I am down. But on the PCP side, Horror Fest continues Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Time with the Slumber Party Massacre trilogy. That's right. The original Slumber Party Massacre, Slumber Party Massacre 2, which is my personal favorite, and Slumber Party Massacre 3, which sucks. But you know what? We're doing all 3 because that's what we do here at PCP. All right, y'all. We love you. Station. Thanks to everybody. We're dipping out. Keep on reading. Pop, pop. Boom.